Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Happy Thanksgiving from the Cali boys, absent-minded.
Infamous Mike G.
It's time to turkey
up.
Let's go, boy!
All day! Happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving. Shout out. Let's go, boy. It is 9 p.m. Thanksgiving Eve, and we're here to talk some bare knuckle. What up, Mike?
Yo, what is up? I am fresh off of cooking everything under the sun, man. Damn.
Yeah. You do all the cooking or what? Or you just do the big
I do all the cooking, baby.
What? That's
You
great.
better believe it. You better believe it.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Well, I am fresh off of a basketball game. I
Nice.
barely had time to do anything, but I did do my traditional eat Chinese food the night before Thanksgiving deal that we do every year.
Oh, that's a
So
thing?
that's what we do.
You had room after today's potluck at work?
I did have
Oh
room
my
after
God.
today's potluck at work.
Not me.
Great food by everyone at work too. I was very impressed.
Oh my God. I ate so much food today. I'm still full. I'm still full from today. I had
Well,
so much food. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. And then I had to sit in the kitchen and cook food for the last 2 hours.
Jesus Christ. Well, hey, man, tomorrow's the big day, but tonight we're going to talk some bare knuckle fighting with 4 fighters for all you people. Shout out to Falcon09 and Swervo and Joe Ivy and Absent Minded, our boys out in Cali. You guys just saw them on the intro. Rick Caruso, Big Ben, welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in on your Thanksgiving Eve. We're going to bring on 4 fighters tonight. We got Emma Murray, who's going to be making her Bkfc debut in Atlanta, December 6th. Then we got Daniel Cooper. If you guys remember our interview with Daniel Cooper, might be the nicest guy on the planet. Loves to hug. Loves hugs. Then we're going to talk to Joe Creer, who is just your ultimate badass. So you guys remember that 5-round war he went at with Defiant Bryant Atchison out in Sturgis was insane. Atchison looked like
Great
a
fight.
whole weight class bigger than Creer, but Creer hung the entire 5 rounds with him. Unbelievable. So we're going to talk to Creer, and then we're going to round out the show with another debuter coming over from the UFC. Braxton Smith will be making his debut December 6th as well. All 4 fighters tonight, GOAT Combat guys and girl, all fighting on that card December 6th. Unfortunately, we will not be there. We try to get to all of them, but we will not be there for that one, unfortunately. But we'll talk to them all about their upcoming fights tonight. Mike, do you want to do our sponsor reads and get right into it, or what?
Yeah, but before we do that sponsor read, we have some special messages from a few of our friends at BKFC. Let's see it.
What's up, everybody? This is G the Cubman here, and I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's a special day for everybody. Listen, enjoy it, have fun, eat a lot of turkey, and I want to wish especially a happy Thanksgiving to Mike and Mish. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Mike and Mish. Truly appreciate all the work you do for BKFC, for pushing forward the bare knuckle community. That's what it's all about, and you guys deserve a lot of kudos. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for all your hard work. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to your families.
What's going on, you guys? Travis Samuel Thompson here. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. Can't wait to get back in the ring. I'll see you guys January 25th, 2025, Knuckle Mania.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Russ with the Extreme BKFC fans page. Just want to take a minute to say happy Thanksgiving to Mike and Mish and to my entire BKFC fan. Love you guys.
You, Russ. You know that Russ takes care of us. Thank you to all those guys. We're going to have those throughout the entire show tonight. But first, we got to do our sponsor reads before we talk to Emma. Here we go.
Hey, Dynamic Life, sexual health, weight loss, and anti-aging. Retake control of your life by reaching optimal health. Visit www.livedynamic.com. It's the only online platform where you can become a patient in under 20 seconds. Also, check out their Instagram page at Live Dynamic. That's L-I-V Dynamic on Instagram.
That fucking the yuck it up voice gets me every time. Guys,
Yeah.
get over after you check out Dynamic Life, get over to Rasha. They are the official mindset, recovery, and performance tool of the BKFC. Get yourself into a championship mindset. Go to @Rasha Elite on Instagram or www.therasha.com is their website. You can find that in the bio of their Instagram as well. And get your mind right. Become a champion. Mike, I'm excited. Let's get the show on the road. Our first guest is already in the waiting room. We're going to go ahead and bring her in. It is Emma Murray. Mike, what do you say?
Hey, when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we will be joined by Emma Murray.
Big Ben here with a happy Thanksgiving to y'all.
Yo, man, happy Thanksgiving to Mike and Mitch, man. Coming from your boy Superman all the way from Ship. Let's get it.
Hey guys, Brit and Art here, your undisputed BKFC champ, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, Chris Lights Out Lotto here with BKFC. Want to give all the Mike and Mitch fans especially, but everybody, I guess, a happy Thanksgiving. You guys have a good one. Keep watching fights and eat a lot of food. Fatten up.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Tony Loco Soto, ranked #1 lightweight BKFC fighter. I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holidays. Listen, stay blessed, stay happy, but one important thing, don't stay hungry. Peace.
Stay hungry. Tony Soto wants you to eat, but we are talking to 4 people that are in the middle of a fight camp here tonight, including you, Emma Murray. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome.
That is Mike. I'm Mish, and this is the Mike and Mish Show, and we are happy to talk to you. Making your debut over here in the BKFC, coming over from MMA. We know a lot of the GOAT Combat fighters, so we talked to Scott, and Scott said we got to talk to this girl. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let the BKFC fans know just who Emma Murray is and what are you going to bring to the table for this sport.
Well, bare knuckle is something that's very new to me. I thought about doing it for a while now, and I was like, maybe not. So I'm actually really, really excited, and I'm very blessed to have gotten this fight. And me and my coach and my teammates, we all trained really hard, and I'm so excited to be fighting on the same card as my coach. That's something that I thought would never happen. And yeah, I mean, I'm ready to put on a show.
And go ahead and tell everybody who your coach is.
Joseph Creer.
Joseph Creer, who will be on the show later on tonight. So that was one of the questions I was going to ask you. Like, you're training with an absolute badass dude in Joe Creer. He comes to bring it every single time he steps in there. Since he's been in the BKFC, he's been impressive. And I'm sure that you were tuned very, tightly into that Sturgis fight. What'd you think about your coach fighting a dude? I interviewed Brian Atchison out there in Sturgis. I weigh 205 pounds. This guy looked like he was 60 fucking pounds bigger than me. I didn't understand it. Couldn't believe that they're in the same weight class. What'd you think about your coach's performance out there against that monster?
Well, I was there. I actually saw it in person. I thought it was freaking awesome. I thought the fight went Joe's way, but there were some knockdowns, so that plays a role in how the judges see it. But it was a really great freaking fight. And
was there a late knockdown? Was there a late knockdown? Did Joe get knocked down like in the 5th or the? I feel like
I think he did actually.
Yeah, I think it was a late knockdown that swung the fight to Atchison's side. So crazy, right?
Yeah, it was awesome though. It was a really good fight.
What a good time out there in Sturgis. Go ahead, Mike.
That's what I was going to say. You were in Sturgis. Maybe we ran into you. We didn't even realize it. Were you like behind the scenes walking around too? And
I was just sitting we were actually right beside the ring, so we were sitting down the whole time though.
Okay. Yeah, we were there running around. That's what we do. If you ever see us at the events, we don't sit. We never sit. We're just running back and forth, getting interviews, hyping people up, taking pictures, all that good stuff. But that event was incredible, right? I mean, did you get to have some fun and be there for a couple of days?
Yeah, it was actually really awesome. It was out in the middle of nowhere, so I was like, wow. But it was great.
Did you guys make it to any of the after parties after the event?
No, that's not normally something that we do.
No. Oh man, Grunt Style is one of the official sponsors of the BKFC. So they put on a big after party at the beach bar that they had there.
Yeah.
And they had a food spread for us to, anybody that was part of the BKFC could eat.
Yeah.
But then, Connor showed up and all hell broke loose. It was
I actually shook his hand, and that was a huge thing for me.
He's larger than life for sure. Even though he's a 5'8", 180-pound guy, he's really larger than life for sure.
Yeah.
So, were you sitting by where Kai Stewart was sitting? You know Kai Stewart, the champ?
I do not.
The featherweight champ?
No,
the featherweight King Kai Stewart. Well, he was sitting on that on the left side of the ring, looking at the stage, and the belt around his chest. And then Connor came over, and they downed a beer together, which was pretty cool. But yeah, what an event! What an event! So, what made you change your mind about fighting? Because you said you weren't. I don't know. What made you really? Was it Joe that did it, or was it what is it?
I mean, I've always wanted to do it. I've seen I've actually seen all of Joe's bare knuckle fights, actually. And after watching his first one, I think it was with Duke, and I was like, okay, that looks pretty freaking cool, I've done a lot of kickboxing more than anything, and some MMA, but I'm definitely more of a striker. So I know that bare knuckle, it's the right thing for me to do. It feels right. So I'm really excited.
Nice. We lost Mike. Where'd you go? I don't know. We lost Mike, but so we're going to talk for a second here. So your background is kickboxing, you said. So you weren't, when you first started into combat sports, were you thinking MMA, journeying into MMA, or were you just, strictly kickboxing and see where you go from there?
Well, I started with kickboxing because I was 16, so I couldn't do MMA because you had to be 18. So, my kickboxing background's stronger than my MMA. And so I just prefer striking.
Yeah.
And then I've done a couple boxing matches, and so this is something new for me.
I love it. So Mike and I started covering the sport about 4 years ago, and we got our show onto the BKFC app about 3 years ago, and we've been going to the shows live ever since. And I'm going to tell you, have you been to all of Joe's fights, or was the Sturgis one the first one you went to in person?
I have been to all of them.
You've been to all of them. Okay, so and you feel what it's like to see one of these events live.
Yes.
It's a different feeling than these other combat sports, right?
It's electric, literally.
It really is. And like Mike and I, we're diehard combat sports fans. So we went to UFC, came to Mohegan Sun around here years ago. We went to that. If anytime UFC would come to Boston, we're only an hour from Boston, so we'd go up to Boston. They do the lion fights, Tiger Muay Thai. Lion fights, M1 Global. They do those at Foxwoods. So we've been to, and then Bellator at Mohegan Sun. We've been to like 25 Bellator events. The first time we ever went to a bare knuckle event live, it changed our entire lives.
Yeah.
We were like, whoa, this is really different. It's really different, way more exciting. The crowd gets into these fights like insanely, right?
Yeah.
You feel the vibe in the crowd from prelim 1 to the main event. The energy's through the roof all night. So I can imagine you heading in there December 6th. You got to be pretty excited about that. How are you feeling? Like, I hate the how are you feeling questions, but like, are you nervous at all? Like, to take the gloves off and go in there bare knuckle, and knowing what the crowds are like at the BKFC events, are you excited to get in front of that crowd and perform?
I am actually very excited. I have a lot of fights, a lot of amateur fights. So I'm not necessarily nervous. It's more excitement, Like I said, it's something new. So I'm even more excited because it's like different for me. So yeah.
And Crystal Van Vake, are you familiar with her?
Not necessarily. I have seen her fight. I think she might have fought at one event that Joe fought at. I'm not exactly sure, but I haven't really, known of her until now.
Okay. But I'm sure Joe and you guys have like done some studying on her.
Oh, yeah.
And you got your game plan all set.
Yes.
What is your training like? Like, you coming from a kickboxing background and then coming over from MMA, the training's got to be a little bit different heading into a bare knuckle fight, right?
Yeah, I mean it's different because it's strictly boxing. Normally I'm used to doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I've been strictly boxing for the past just however long, weeks since I've known about the fight. So even before that, so it's different, but I'm very confident.
And you know that Joe's a smart guy, and he's been in it and he's done it. That like precision is key in this sport, right?
Yes.
Like, it's not so much power.
Yep.
You can have power. You could be the juggernaut hunt and knock someone flatline, of course, but you start humming wild overhands and you crack someone in the top of their head or in the side of their head, like Keegan Vandermeer, and you shatter your fucking hand. What I mean? You got to be a little more careful here, right? So you guys are working on that.
Oh yeah. Yep. Lots of hand conditioning, lots of, punching on the right part of my knuckle. All of it plays a role.
Love it. Hey, Mike, where'd you go?
Well, all of a sudden I see a thing pop up and it says, "Hey, your camera went out." And I'm like, I don't know how that even happens. It's been plugged in forever and it just went out. So I don't know. You knocked out my camera. That's what you did. I don't know how you did it, but no. So I'm back though. I'm back, and I apologize for that. But so outside of fighting, what do you do? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not in the gym and fighting?
Well, for work, I actually do landscaping. Other than that, I'm always at the gym. So
Always.
Yeah, the gym is what I do for fun. It's what I do seriously. It is my hobby. So, yeah.
Gym is life.
Yep.
This is the way.
Fighting is life.
Yes.
I heard your last MMA fight, you had to shave your head to make weight. Is that true?
That was actually one of my kickboxing matches in March
Okay.
for the IKF. And yes, actually Joe shaved my head. I was about a pound and a half over. And so when I got to the hotel, I asked the lady at the front desk, I'm like, hey, do you have any scissors? She was like, no. So I called Joe. I'm like, hey, I need you to give me some clippers.
Oh my God.
And so he went to the store, picked them up. You know, we didn't cut my hair yet. I got in the sauna bath and I was trying to run. I was so dehydrated because I just had a bad cut. And so
Yeah.
I looked at him. I said, I need you to cut my fucking hair. And then he cut it and he cried when he cut my hair.
Oh my God.
Did he
And
like just
I-
stare you and be like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Like,
I was
was he
just
very
smiling. I was
hesitant?
like, I was looking at myself in the mirror and he just shaved my head. And so, you know, this is what it looks like a couple months after, but it was worth it. Totally worth it.
How much, like, did you step on the scale right before you shaved your head and then step on it right after? Like, how much does your hair actually weigh when you shaved it all off? Did it take like a half a pound off or something?
It was about a pound of hair.
A pound.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
It was pretty long. So
I mean, you know, you wouldn't think hair would weigh that much. That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
I know. It is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I have to say, like, I have 2 daughters, and I'm gonna tell you what. I do their hair a few times a week. I give them the bath, and I friggin' hate doing their hair. It's so long. Oh my God. And like my younger daughter, her hair is so thick. I can imagine that it could be pretty heavy
yeah.
because when that thing is wet, I'm just there. I'm just brushing and blow drying. I'm like, is this ever gonna end?
Mike,
maybe
have
you're
you ever
relieved. Are you relieved?
have you ever done the shop vac? Mike, have you ever done the shop vac
Shop
trick?
vac?
It's like on TikTok with the.
Saw that.
Have you tried it?
No, I've never tried it. I've never
No,
tried it.
Seems kind of nasty. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be doing it, but
No.
I can tell you, if I had long hair and then shaved my head, I think I'd be relieved because, you know, if I didn't love my kids, I'd probably shave their heads because I don't feel like doing that anymore. Because I don't want to do that anymore.
Did you and Joe do a side by side photo of the two of your bald heads together, like twinning? You know, hashtag twinning. Did you do anything?
I wish we would have, but it was funny because you know my dad, he's bald too. So when I
Oh,
was
you
about
guys
to
could
cut my
all go.
hair, I was like crying and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna look like my dad. You know, that was the whole thing. But no, we didn't get a picture. I wish we would have though.
That's so
Damn.
funny. How long have you been training with Joe?
About 4.5 years.
Wow. And how old are you? You seem extremely young. I should probably
I'm
know
20.
this.
I'm
You're
20.
20. So you've been with Joe since you were 16 years old.
Yes.
So he probably looks at you like, you know, another daughter. You know,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hence
Oh,
the
man,
reason why
so-
he was so
Why
sad
he
when
was
he cut your
crying.
hair.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
broke his heart. You broke the man's heart.
That is wild. So that's amazing. So you've been with him since 16. Were you training? When did you start your combat sports?
With
life?
Joe. That was when I started.
At 16.
Mhm.
What'd you do prior to that? Were you an athlete?
Yeah, I played softball for about 10 years of my life.
Oh, nice.
So-
Nice.
And at 16 years old, okay, now I'm interested because you know a lot of fighters have been, you know, training since they were 5 years old. They got into most of them like started with like traditional karate and then they moved into kickboxing or MMA or jujitsu and then they got
Yeah.
into boxing. But you at 16 years old decided to start training. What was the change?
Well, I've actually always wanted to fight since I was really young, 11, 12 years old. I just never got into it just because I didn't know how, you know, how do you get into something like that? And then I actually went to a place called I Love Kickboxing. I don't know if you have ever heard of that. It's just like a
No.
cardio fitness place. And then
Like Tae Bo?
lady, yeah. And a lady actually recommended Bad Apple. So I checked it out and it was a fit. So
And so you went into a gym that actually trains you to fight.
Yeah. You were like,
Yes.
I don't really feel like dancing with old people. I kind of
Yeah.
want to fight.
I
Yeah.
love that. So Mike and I are.
I was just going to say this.
Yeah,
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. So Mike and I are both in the Army. I've been in for 23 years. He's been in for like 17 years. So like we got a shitload of years of Army here on this side. So we've had a lot of soldiers, a lot of new soldiers come through. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I had a new soldier come report to me. She was in my squad. and she was this Russian girl with the heaviest like Russian accent, and she was like, "Do you know?" And she goes, "You are a fighter guy?" I go, "Yeah, I am a fighter guy." She goes, "I need to find a gym, and I want to go to a gym that's not going to take my fucking money. I want to actually fight people. Where do I go?" I was like, "Oh, I like you. I like you a lot." I'm like, "You go down to Rough House in New London, and they will." That's where Billy Goff from the UFC and those guys are trained. I'm like, "Go down to the Rough House and see Mike Dexter, and they will train you to fight. They won't just train you to take your money." And she goes, "I fucking love it." I'm like, "Yeah." So I love that. I love you. You went from like a cardio kickboxing place to a place that actually trains you to fight for a living.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And you fell in love with it.
Oh yeah, it's the best. I'm supposed to be here.
Combat sports is fantastic.
Yeah, why'd you want to fight so bad?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I grew up watching Ronda Rousey. Of course, she was my favorite, obviously. Duh. But I don't know. I just always wanted to fight. And then once I got into it, I was like, okay, I'm supposed to fight. You know, because you don't know if you're supposed to fight until you actually fight. You know,
You found
once
what you were
if
made
you can take a
for.
punch, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now,
You got it,
Mike,
I loved it.
Mike, I'm going to ask you this because I don't know the answer to this. Is she the youngest female that we've ever had on the roster? Do you know, Emma?
I have
Youngest female.
She's gotta be close.
I'm going through the cards in my head right now, and I'm thinking of all the female fighters that we've seen fight.
Most of the female fighters have had like a career prior to, like Taylor
Pretty
Starling
much.
was like 25 when she came over, and
Yeah.
yeah. So man, you might be the youngest
There are
that they've ever had over there.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody that is as young as you. Actually, yeah, that is a.
Well, good for you if that's
a good fact
it.
right
You know
there. You
what?
just picked that right up, Kyle.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't even think about that. Yeah, you could be
I'm
the
a
youngest.
wicked smart guy.
Yeah,
I'm
he's a wicked smart guy, that guy. Speaking of Ronda Rousey, I thought Kyle was going to tell the story, so I didn't think it was that story because I mentioned Ty Bo. So you mentioned Ronda Rousey. We were just talking about Ty Bo. Kyle and I really met on deployment, right? 2012. You got Ronda Rousey and Liz Carmouche. It could have been, I think it was 2012. It could have been the beginning of 2013, but I believe it was 12. Right? That fight we watched in the barracks at like 5 o'clock in the morning because they had it on the. So we have a TV there and they have Armed Forces Network. So you can watch all the UFC pay-per-views for free. So like WWE and UFC, they let us watch it for free when we're overseas. So him and I are in this barracks with a whole bunch of people sleeping. And it's pitch black in there, except just the TV in my little area. And we're like trying to like cheer or like yelling. We're not yelling, but we're yelling silently. You know, we're getting all excited. We're watching.
There's like a silent movie in there.
Yeah.
Right. So we would do that all the time, but we would go to the gym in what they would call zone 1. And we are leaving. I think we played racquetball or basketball that day. And we're walking by the workout room, right? There's like a workout room. And we look in and there's people like doing the punch in and they're hopping back and forth. And he's like, "Is that Billy Blanks?" And I look in and I was like, "I think it is." He was actually out there teaching a live Ty Bo. The guy who like created Ty Bo is there teaching Ty Bo.
And dude, and there was like a shitload of soldiers out there. And then there was like, in the midst of all the soldiers, there was like a few, beautiful people and like a few jacked up monsters, right? And we're like, who the fuck are all those people? They were the American Gladiators.
Yeah.
They were bringing back the American Gladiators. So Billy Blanks is teaching a Ty Bo class to a bunch of army fucks with the American Gladiators out there. It was so funny. Like I was making a joke when I said Ty Bo, and then it was actually Ty Bo. It's fucking weird.
Yep.
Anyways, we are excited to see you fight. You're fighting Crystal Van Beek, and she has been, I think she's 1-1 right now. Youngest female Go Combat. Your management says you are the youngest so far. So congratulations to you. Go make history on December 6th against Crystal. Before we let you go, I know that you're in the middle of a camp and you're probably not going to be able to enjoy Thanksgiving tomorrow with your family, but you can at least answer some questions about Thanksgiving. Before we let you go, we're going to play a little game called Thanksgiving This or That, and all you got to do is tell us which one do you choose, starting with this one, the turkey. Do you like it baked or fried?
Fried.
I love it. Number 2, Mike.
Oh my God. Do you like the fancy cranberry sauce or do you like the cranberry sauce with the cranberries in it?
The can, the one that's shaped like the can.
Love that can shape.
Mike, are you calling the can the fancy?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what
fancy to me.
confused me.
That's fancy to me.
Okay, so she's with fried turkey and the canned jelly, which we all choose because if you choose the stuff on the
Is the
right,
one with
you're
the
a
cranberries
fucking
in it the
monster.
fancy one?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
I
All
hate
right.
it so much.
Third one, apple pie or pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike.
That pumpkin pie is good. I like the way the apples were sliced on that one. Mashed potatoes or stuffing?
Mashed potatoes.
Oh my God. So you said pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
And, all right, you're building a really good meal here. And the last one, I don't know if you've had ever. I've never had one of these drinks before,
Yes.
but
It
the
would
one
be
on
illegal.
the one on the left. Oh yeah, you're 20. So
Yeah.
if you were
Never,
if you were old enough to drink, Emma, would you drink the apple cider martini on the left or the pumpkin spice martini on the right?
Oh my
Pumpkin
God.
spice.
That
Pumpkin
sounds so
spice,
good.
Yeah.
fried turkey, canned cranberry.
Could you just do you know which one of us is a huge pumpkin spice fan? Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Love
it'd
it.
definitely be you.
Definitely be me.
Yeah,
Definitely
I
be
love
me.
it. All right. Well, this was fun. Thank you for coming on here and letting us get to know you a little bit. We learned a little bit about you for sure. And now I'm excited to see you fight on December 6th for sure. Already was, but now even more. Take a second, shout some people out, say a few things before we let you go. The floor is yours.
I just want to thank you guys for having me. This was great. It was actually really fun. Just want to say thank you to my team and my coach and Scott Farley for helping me get this fight. And just thank you guys so much, and I really appreciate it. And I'm very blessed. And happy
Awesome.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving to you. Thank you. What Mike likes to call
Yes.
Scott, Scart Farley.
I always call him Scart Farley every time I see him. I don't know why. I think one time I said it by accident. You know, when you go to say something, you kind of screw the word up. And I saw him. I mean, we've known Scott for 4 years.
Yeah.
Scart, sorry, excuse me, Scart. We've known Scart for about 4 years, I think, at this point. And he was actually one of the first people we ever met at Knucklemania 1. And yeah, he was with Elvin Brito. Oh, real quick, and I'm sorry, Coop, but trivia question. Do you know who the GOAT is in the GOAT combat? Have you?
No.
It is Pancho the GOAT, which is Elvin Brito's GOAT. Elvin Brito, the fighter from Puerto Rico. That is the
Okay.
GOAT. Yeah.
Well, that's
Pancho.
Pancho the GOAT.
Look up some
So-
training. Look up some training videos with Elvin Brito and the Juggernaut Hunt and Pancho the
Yes.
Goat. You'll be like,
Yes.
what the fuck is
Hell
wrong
yeah.
with these fucking guys? It's
Absolutely.
crazy.
Look that up. 100.
Thank you so much for coming on here, Emma. Best of luck
Thank
December
you.
6th. We won't be there, but we will be watching and cheering. So thank you so much for coming on. Mike, you got anything else for Emma?
Yes, and I'm also going to say thank you so much. I'm glad you had a good time here. We can't wait to see your fight, and happy Thanksgiving for everybody else that's watching. When we come back, we'll be joined by Daniel Cooper. Hey,
Thank
Bye,
you.
take care.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Dave Feldman always says, I want you to fight your asses off. I say, I want you to eat your asses off. Happy Thanksgiving from me, Cody Vital, and Bkfc. Gobble up!
What's up, y'all? Redneck Mundell here. Just want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving.
I just want to wish all BKFC fans and family and all the fighters a very happy Thanksgiving.
Hi guys, it's Caitlin here, and I'm wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving.
What's up, guys? It's me, the Killer Bee, and I just want to wish you guys all the most happiest Thanksgiving ever. Make sure you eat lots of food and squeeze your family and loved ones tight and enjoy it. And you guys, as always, watch the Mike and Mish show.
There he is, the nicest man on the BKFC roster. I know a bunch of you fighters out there think that you're a bunch of gentlemen and you're a bunch of sweethearts, but you don't got shit on this fucking guy over here.
Nope. Don't have nothing on
This
him.
guy is the man. What's going on, Daniel? How are you?
Shoot, scrolling y'all world. How y'all doing today?
Doing
we're
fantastic.
Did you enjoy our conversation with Emma?
Oh yeah, always, yeah.
She's a real sweetheart. I can't wait to see her fight.
Yeah, I think she's gonna beat me as the nicest person in Bkfc.
Yeah, hard to beat that. No way.
No.
So I'm going to tell a little story right now. We met Daniel in Columbia, South Carolina, when he fought Micah. Is it Lael? Is that how you say his name? Lael?
Yes.
Micah, another nice guy. Micah's awesome, and his wife's cool as hell. We met this guy, and he was the happiest fucking person I think I've ever met. Like going into a fight, he goes and fights, he comes out, he's smiling, he's hugging. We're like, man, you are fucking awesome. And then you shouted out your mom, and I do want to remember, I believe your mom was sick at the time, right? Is she doing okay? How is your mom?
As a matter of fact, we have our trials, but she got me, so that's all she needs, really. She's doing better though now.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I know that you had that on your mind going into that fight, but you still went out there and you performed and you won. You beat a big monster of a fucking guy like Micah.
Oh, he was tough.
And then you hugged it out with me and Mike. It was like we'd known each other forever. It was great, man. Talk about that first experience in the BKFC, coming into BKFC, taking the gloves off and scrapping with Micah in your first fight. What was that experience like? Tell us about it.
Oh, it was wonderful. It was so impactful. You know, Micah, he's a strong guy. He's fast. He hits hard, and he just keeps coming. It was like going against a locomotive. But, you know, the beauty thing about that fight was it allowed me to know that this is where I need to be.
Micah, and for anybody who hasn't seen Micah fight, he used to be I think he did bodybuilding, right?
Yeah.
Like he fought and then he took a break from fighting and he got into like bodybuilding, and he's like big and his back's like 5 feet wide. He's a freaking monster. And his wife bodybuilds too. They're just monster people, nice people, but like you got to go in there and scrap with bare knuckles with this guy, and you held your own, and it was amazing. And now here you are, you're back, man. You're getting back in there, and you get to be on the debut card in Atlanta. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful experience, especially the fact that that I live in the Atlanta area. It's gonna be quite wonderful.
Oh, you live
packing the house or what?
Say again?
Are you packing the house or what? You have a bunch of people there for you?
Oh yeah, I got a couple of people that's going to attend. I'm looking forward to it too as well, because you know it's just a whole different feeling when you got a lot of people in your corner.
Yeah, it puts does it put the pressure on you? You feel more pressure, or does it relieve you because you have a bunch of people there that make you feel comfortable?
More along the lines of motivation, in a sense. It just motivates you to do all the hard work. Prior to it, no pressure. It feels a little different. It just feels like energy.
Right.
Yeah.
How far from the venue do you live?
Probably about anywhere from 10 to 15 miles.
Oh, you're that close. So you're like 20-minute, half an hour away?
Atlanta traffic.
Hour?
Yeah, it could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour.
Wow.
Oh
So no, that's cool though. That you're like, listen, if you're an hour or less to the venue, that is fucking
It's not
beautiful.
too bad.
You get to sleep in your own bed. You get to be with your family. You get to, you know what I mean? It's like just another day at the office for you.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes I like to be away from the home environment just because it gets your mind in tune. You know, in a sense, it's like meditation. It's already that pre-ritual preparation for you to go out and compete. And a lot of times too, a lot of individuals aren't used to seeing individuals like ourselves in different environments. You know, I got that killer instinct. So as y'all already know, if your looks change, you know, baby girl, baby boy is going to check up on you. Your significant other is going to check up on you, make sure that you're okay, and trying to bring you back to that calm. But you need that kicker, to make sure that you get going.
You ever train with Joe Elmore or Ace Samples or any of the other guys that are from the state of Georgia?
I trained with Joe once. Nice guy too.
Oh yeah, he's a great dude. Joe, okay. So here's the thing. We have not seen the psychopath side of you. Maybe you do have that. Joe is one of our favorite people. Joe and Maggie are fantastic people.
Yeah.
And every time we hang out with them, we have a blast. Joe is one of the most genuine, nicest guys you can ever meet. But you can look him in his eye and know that there's a wire loose in that guy. And he will let you know, and you will know when that wire comes undone. Like, he's a fucking maniac. Do you have that side in you?
Not sure from what I'm told. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you got to do this sport, right?
Yeah. You got to be a little bit unique for this sport.
That's not the wire. Those are the screws. Maybe you have a couple screws loose, but the wire's all right.
The wires are all intact.
The wires are intact, but the screws are a little loose. That's all.
That's great. So before you, okay, I don't know. When did you start fighting, Daniel?
Oh, that's a trick question because let's see, in high school I started wrestling. Then after high school, it was like, what's next? Didn't want to go to college. Funny story. In 9th grade, one of my teachers, they said we had homework. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm gonna have to figure out something. Seen the Army, ended up joining the Army. Then after that, I still want to maintain activity. So I started boxing in the Army, and while I was in the Army, I started boxing, and I was just traveling around boxing, all up and down in Texas.
For the Army?
Second.
For the Army.
Oh no, while I was in.
While in the Army. Okay.
I was just traveling around. Felt like when I was in Texas, some parts in Texas, it felt like I was fighting the same people, and I just wanted to build up my experience. And then on top of that too, on the amateur circuit, your fighter might drop out and another fighter might drop out. And it's like, oh, okay, why don't y'all two fight? And a lot of times I always ended up having to fight heavyweights. So because of that, I ended up traveling around. And after that, I started traveling around in Texas. Then afterwards, when I got out the military, I started transitioning to the Southeast region, just traveling up and down, just looking for shows. Nice. Got in a couple of fights, and after that, went overseas for some work, and then that's when I did my professional MMA debut.
All right, so you answered a lot of questions there, actually, because I was going to ask you if you started your combat sports life prior to joining the Army, but you just answered that. So you were a high school wrestler.
Yeah.
That went into the Army. So me too. By the way, I was a high school wrestler, and then I joined the Army. I took a year off after I graduated high school because I wanted to party with my friends and be a degenerate for a good year. And I did that. And then like a true degenerate, I was still living at my parents' house. So I was a year out of high school, still living in my parents' basement. And my mom and dad, not my mom. My mom's a fucking saint. My dad took a good look in my eye one day, and he was like, I'm sick of your shit. Either get the fuck out or pick a service, because that's the only way you're going to stick around here. So I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking find the nearest recruiter, because that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do in my life, so I ended up joining the Army as well. Did you went active duty, though?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Were you in Fort Hood?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I did Korea and Hood.
How long in Korea?
Oh, about a year and a couple of months. It wasn't too long.
Did you say what your MOS was?
11 Charlie.
11 Charlie.
Mortars. Is it Mortars? My brother. So my older brother was in 11 Charlie when he joined. He went to Korea. I think he was there for 2 years. He was a platoon sergeant out there as an E5, which I thought was pretty interesting. But then he came back and he went to Ranger School and stuff. And he was in the 82nd. He was first in the 505th over there at Fort Bragg, and did a bunch of crazy shit. But Mike and I, we're he's aviation, and I was transportation. So,
the brains of the operation.
Yeah. No. Not so much.
Yeah, I kind of go and I talk and I sit in meetings and I talk and then I do stuff on the computer and I print out papers and stuff and I talk more. That's what I do now.
Sounds
You
like
know what I'm saying?
good job.
I
do a lot
deployed
of
twice
stuff.
as
I'm
a.
talking it down, but I don't do a lot.
He does a lot.
I don't do a lot of maintenance and stuff like that anymore. I like what I do. I love it. I'm more on the people side now. You know how it is. The longer you're in, the more you get promoted. You don't really get to do the hands-on stuff anymore because now you're taking you're taking care of people's careers and stuff like that. So
Right.
you got to go to meetings and.
Daniel, I'm going to tell you right now, Mike is being humble because I was his first sergeant for 2 years, and he was the best platoon sergeant that I had entire Alpha Company. Mike, shout out to you.
No, I believe it.
Because I had a company of 275 soldiers, which is like the size of a fucking battalion. It's the biggest company in the state.
Yeah.
And I had 12 platoons that I was in charge of. And like, I like all you guys if you're watching the show or listening on Spotify tomorrow or whatever, but there's a bunch of you that I had to tell a lot of things more than once. You know what I mean? And you know who I'm talking. I'm looking right into the camera right now. You know who the fuck I'm talking to. God damn it. But there was a few guys like this one up here where all I had to do was tell him once, and I would tell him what the expectations were out of his platoon, and they would get done. So, you know what I mean? That's a good platoon sergeant, right? Yeah. Anyways.
What can I say?
No. So you got out of so you went in the active duty, you got into boxing, you started traveling around boxing. Was it the love for boxing that made you do your time and get out of the military? Or were you flirting with the idea of like sticking around in the military at any point?
It was more along the lines of I guess I've always been one of those guys that's kind of like the what's next.
Okay. Keep it moving. Try something new.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes, as you know, we're raised and we're taught to not be too comfortable.
Right.
In our environments. And because of that, you have this sense of urge to just venture out, find more, see what you can do. It felt like it was just more of me that I needed to see.
All right. And then at what point did you say, I think that I would like to take these boxing gloves off my hands and punch people with my bare hands? Like, did the BKFC land on your TV one night and be like, and you were like, "Ooh, what's this shit? I want to do that." How did you end up coming over to the BKFC?
2 words, Joe Creer.
Joe Creer. That's
Joe Creer. I'm looking at Joe Creer right now. Believe it or not, I can see him, and he is smiling.
That's my brother from another mother.
That's awesome. Reoccurring theme so far on this show. Joe Creer got you in here. So Joe got into it and was like, you know what? If I'm doing it, I'm taking everybody with me. Right?
Yep. you actually sounded like him just then.
Yeah. So what happened? Joe was like, you know what? You would do fucking great over here. Come on over. What was the conversation like?
Yeah. Yep. It was pretty much whenever Joe had a camp lined up for anybody, I'll just come down and we'll make sure things are good. Make sure he's sharp. Joe is very sharp. Sometimes you just gotta take the blows. I'm just a guy dumb enough to take the blows. And then afterwards, we started talking, and he started recommending me for Bkfc. He was like, "Why don't you do it?" I was like, "Sure, I'm down."
Now, you made your debut last October.
Yep.
Columbia, South Carolina. That was a great time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How come we're not seeing you again till December 6th, 2024? Is there a reason, or was there just not any opponents offered? What was the deal?
That's the thing. Ghost's been throwing my name out there, but a lot of individuals have been declining, or they just won't even respond.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Everybody wants to be a fighter till it's time to fight.
Right. I don't understand it. And I will quote the great actually the GOAT. You want to talk about GOAT? Let's talk about the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Undefeated, all time, beat every champion in every organization ever. Chael Sonnen.
Yep. Never lost. Not a single
Never
time.
lost a single fight in his entire life. Just Chael Sonnen. I love Chael, dude. I love Chael. He's awesome. But he's the guy that like stands on the soapbox and is like, we are fighters. When did people stop turning down fights? Or when did people start turning down fights?
Yeah.
If I am a fighter and I am part of this organization and you call me with a name, the only word out of my mouth is yes.
Yep.
It really does suck, and it puts a damper on like guys like you and a number of other fighters out there that are tough young fighters that could really do some damage in this sport. But people like see him, they're like, no, I don't want to fight that guy. Fuck that. It's terrible.
And it's actually a little bit odd too, because most of the time I'm starting to notice it's their own gyms that are stopping them from becoming great. You know, you might have a guy and it might not, you know, it might be the coaches, it might not. Sometimes, most of the time that I've seen, it's not even the coaches, it's their fellow training partners. Oh, you got such and such, he's a killer, man. You might want to wait a little while. And you know, my whole theory is if you have to turn down fights out of your gym, then is your gym truly preparing you for anything? You might want to go searching or do a heart-to-heart with yourself to see if you have those variables that can be brought forth within BKFC.
Yeah. And Big Ben in the comment section, I love this. He says the same ones that are saying no to fights are the ones that are saying they can't find a fight.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. It's fucking, that's the
We
truth.
see it all the time because, you know, it's funny because people will say that in public and they might even say it in private too. But if you're talking, like we talk to so many people that sometimes we're hearing 3-4 sides of the story. So someone's telling us like, oh, I can't get a fight. And next thing I know, I'm like, I'm talking to whoever management company. And they're like, that person denied this fight and this fight.
Yeah, this guy's been offered 6 fights.
Yeah. And I'm like, Jesus, man, this is crazy. Like the only time I can see stuff like that making sense is if you have like kind of an entry level fight or something like that. And then they're like, I want to fight this number 2 guy or the number 1 guy or something. Say, okay, well, let's hold on a second. This person's making their debut or their second fight. Let's work them up into the top 5. At least, you know, let's not just shoot them right up to the top and have them go in there for a quick wing for the top 5 guy. You know, that kind of shit is bullshit. But other than that, I don't understand it. I think it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree too. I mean, be honest with you, what's the reason of being a pro if you're not willing to go out and fight? You know, at one point in time when you have your amateur career, it's like, oh, okay, you know, maybe I could be a little hesitant. Maybe I can, you know, develop my portfolio a little bit. But once you become a professional, it's more along the lines of you got to go. I mean, you got to make a living off of this stuff. So,
yeah, absolutely.
You know what I see, and it happens, you know, I can probably equate this to the military too, where you have people who join the military for certain reasons, you know, and I'm not going to fault people for certain things like, oh, I wanted to go to college for free or put my kid through college or for whatever reason they joined. But sometimes those people only joined for that one specific thing and they don't want to do anything else in the military. They don't want to help. They don't want to take on any extra duties. They don't want to show up. And they just want to get the benefit and then get out. They don't care about the army or anything else, you know? And I feel like there are some fighters and they come in and they don't want to do anything but just fight and get a check and then go home. They don't care really about winning. They don't really care that much about the sport itself or their career or anything like that. They just want to get some money and a little bit of benefits maybe if they can and they get out of there. I don't know. I don't understand that. I can't understand it. But there are a lot of people that do that, you know.
Yeah, and that's the rough part too, because you know, most of the time when we sit down and we speak to these individuals, most of the time it's just their surroundings that's really stopping them from becoming great.
Yeah.
You know, you got guys out here now, oh yeah, I'm about to fight. I'm going to do Bkfc. Nah, don't do that. You know, you don't want to scar up your face. You don't want to do this. You know, you can do this and make this. And it's like, at what point in time did we stop, respectfully speaking, when we stopped our masculinity?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're losing it. We
see
are
it,
in
dude.
areas.
So we are National Guard full time, right?
Yep.
We're full time for the National Guard. We go to work every day, Monday to Friday. So like we are almost like active duty, but we're in our uniform every day. We're in our uniform 26 days out of the month. It's a fucking,
Right.
Yeah, we might as well be active duty. But like we deploy a lot.
Yep.
The National Guard deploys a lot. And the same thing that like Mike was just saying and that you're saying is like we do have people that have joined the National Guard for the college benefits and for the money and for the to take care of their family. But the second a deployment comes up, you know, they might have a knee injury or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit, it happens.
Popping up.
Now all of a sudden they're on profile and they're non-deployable. You know what I mean? Like I thought you joined the military to fucking defend this country and because you love this country and you want to fight for this country. No, when it comes to getting on a fucking plane and going overseas, now you can't go. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same kind of thing. You want to be a pro fighter?
Yeah.
You
When
get
that
off
contract comes up with Daniel Cooper's name on it, all of a sudden you get a knee injury.
Yeah, like Juggernaut said, doesn't matter what name's on it. I'm getting paid the same either way.
Yep.
Umpty thousand, sign the fucking contract.
That's right.
That's a direct quote from
Those punches
Juggernaut.
still feel the same.
Yeah, they still feel the same.
Still going to sound loud when you hit them, regardless of who's around them, regardless of who's in front of you.
I love it.
It's all going to feel the same.
Yeah, dude, I love your attitude. I love that you're dialed in. Now we are going to be talking to your friend Joe Creer in a minute, so we're gonna. I got one more question for you, and then we're going to ask you a little bit about Thanksgiving as well.
Yes,
Lou Brewington, what the hell do you know about your opponent? You know him?
Yeah, I know Lou.
You know him?
Yeah,
So what can you tell us in the audience that we can expect when you and Brewington step in there December 6th?
He's going down.
In a blaze of glory, or is it going? How's he going down?
You know, I got some shorts, right? I'm just going to say this. I got some shorts and had to get a certain kind of material because I just want to make sure that blood comes out. Nice. Yes, it's on. As soon as I hear it, it's on. I'm already ready now.
You're ready. You're ready to make a statement.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready to make a statement. The BKFC is only growing. It's only getting bigger. 2025 is going to be the biggest year of the company's life. And you're coming in here December 6th, last month of 2024. You make a statement win, and then off to the races in 2025 for you. Before we let you go today, we said the same thing to Emma. You might be watching what you eat and whatnot because you're in the middle of a fight camp. Or maybe you're on weight and you're going to fucking feast tomorrow. I don't know. But we want to know your opinion on these 5 things real quick. This is a speed round, this or that. Thanksgiving. Do you like the turkey baked or fried?
Well, I'm vegan, but I can remember the times that passed, deep fried.
Deep fried, my man. Mike.
Okay, I won't call it fancy anymore, but I'm going to say that I love this type so much, the jellied cranberry sauce or the cranberry sauce with the cranberries in it.
Homemade.
Homemade.
I grew up on the jelly, though.
You grew up on the jelly, but you're on to the
On that
homemade.
jelly.
You are very, you're grown, man. You're very grown. Here we go. Apple pie or pumpkin pie?
You can't go wrong with apple.
There you go.
Right.
With some vanilla ice cream on there.
Yep.
Mike.
Oh, yeah. Mashed potatoes or stuffing?
Stuffing.
All right. And the last one, you get putting together a good meal here. I don't know if you're a drinker, and I've never drank either one of these things, but these are Thanksgiving drinks: apple cider margarita or a pumpkin spice margarita.
Oh, man, I'm a simple man. Dark, light, cheap, and free. All the above.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can have either one of those next time we see it. It's on me, my friend.
Oh, man, God bless you.
All right, Daniel, shout out some people, and then we'll let you get on your way, bud.
Shout out to GOAT. Shout out to all the wonderful individuals at Bad Apple. Shout out to Chance, my mobility coach. And shout out to my brother, David Cooper, and my mother. Yeah. I had to make sure I shout her out because I ain't trying to deal with that.
Should give you one of these, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, we kind of shouted her out early anyway. I mean, I took care of it for you, Daniel. We're good here. Thank you so much for coming on. I wish we can be at this one. We were at your first fight. We won't be at this one, but we will be.
Oh man.
Yeah. We can't. We got army shit, dude.
I understand.
We do have some. I got military shit that weekend, and we will be going in Hollywood. So after you're done fighting December 6th, go down to Hollywood, Florida, and you'll see the last card of the year. We'll meet you.
And I'll buy you a drink and watch the fight.
All right, Mike, you got anything else for Daniel Cooper?
Yes, I do. I have for Cooper, but thank you so much. And for everybody else that's watching, Brewington versus Cooper, December 6th, Bkfc 69 in Atlanta. Let's get it, man. I cannot wait for this fight. Everybody else, you better be watching. Thank you so much for coming on. You're always welcome back. You know that. And hey, I don't know. Maybe we'll see you in Miami, right?
Looking forward to it.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. Let's go.
All right, everybody. When we come back, we'll be joined by Joseph Creer.
Bless.
Later, Daniel.
What's up, everyone? I'm Eddie Alvarez, the Underground King, and I want to say thank you to all my bare knuckle fans out there, and happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, this is Gypsy Jake Lindsay. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. And if you're not watching bare knuckle fights and you're not training on Thanksgiving, I'm going to come by and punch you in the face.
Happy Thanksgiving to Kyle and Mike over at Mission Accomplished, including all their viewers and everybody in the BKFC.
What's going on, guys? Hitman 187 here, wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget to check me out December 6th, Gas South Arena, Atlanta, Georgia, BKFC 69, baby. Let's go. Enjoy that food.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mission accomplished.
I love that little hand movement by Josh Dyer there. Joe Creer, what is going on? You've been mentioned a few times tonight, but now we get you in the flesh. How you doing, bud?
I'm all right. Yourself?
We just lost Mike again. Mike's got camera problems tonight, but great to see you, dude. We just talked to two of your teammates or proteges. I don't know what you want to call them, but Emma. Very exciting young girl there. I didn't realize she was only 20 years old, dude.
Yeah.
What kind of future you see for that one?
If I have to be candid, my goal is to get her in and out. I tell her every day. I said, "Hey, 26 years of age, and we can call it a day. We'll wrap it up." Because she spent the last 4 years of her life in the gym, and I told her, I said, with BKFC right now, with the women's division, especially at 115 pounds, we pretty much watched all the females at 115 pounds at the time. And I told her, I said, "Hey, look, I believe in you, and I know that you can run roughshod over this division. The two people that you're going to have to definitely fight when the time comes would be Taylor and Britain." And I told her, I said, and we just developed from there.
And she got a front row seat, right? She got a front row view of both of them fighting each other out in Sturgis.
And she's been to every fight that I've had, and so she's always had an interest in myself and our head coach Donnie. He was like, he didn't want Emma. She's a woman, you understand, doing this. You know what I'm saying? But Emma's a tough motherfucker, and you guys are going to see, you're going to see.
I can't wait. I mean, you know what? And nothing against all the 115-pound females out there. We do need more.
Right.
We need more fighters in that division. Let's be honest. Britain's fought everyone.
Yeah, Britain is the champ, and
Britain's 9-3. She's got 12 damn BKFC fights under her belt.
That's right.
And from fight one to now, she's a completely different fighter. She has grown and become great at this sport.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, for Emma to jump in there and, for Britain to be her goal, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Mike, welcome back. Did you pay your cable bill?
Man, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Joe. I apologize. The second time tonight. It's never happened with this camera. Maybe it's a camera issue. I'm not sure if it's a connection to the camera, but it doesn't matter. I feel like it's taken away from the show. My apologies.
Yeah, it's okay, Mike. We still agree. We will. Well, me and Joe both agree that you have the best background out of the three of us right now with that Hallmark scene.
The Hallmark scene. Yes. Thanks, Stephanie, for that.
It is beautiful. It's like you're at a J.C. Penney photo shoot right now. I love it. Joe Creer, you're fighting David Simpson.
Yeah.
They just keep feeding you these massive fucking monster guys. Like, you fought Brian Atchison. You went 5 rounds with him.
Great
You
fight.
were one knockdown away from winning that fight. I was there. I couldn't believe, and nothing against you. I thought he was 60 pounds bigger than you. So I'm like, how the hell are they matched up? What the fuck is going on here? And then you go out there and you're doing your thing with him. And
Oh, yeah.
and correct me if I'm wrong. It was a late fight knockdown, right?
I got knocked down.
On your-
It was in the 5th round. It was at the end of the stretch in the 5th round.
Damn, man. You were like that was kudos to you, man. That's a fucking massive dude. You're obviously hella skilled, and you held your own that night. You won over the crowd in Sturgis. That was a fantastic fight. So good job there, man. I want to tell you, you're getting another big boy, David Simpson. Thoughts on your opponent?
Got 2 arms and 2 legs, just like everybody else.
Yeah, that's it.
It's that simple, huh?
Yeah.
I guess when you're dialed in like yourself and you've been doing this for a long time, it really, I feel like you heard our conversation with Daniel Cooper.
Yeah.
Like it really doesn't matter what the name is on the contract in front of you, right? Like you're that guy that'll just, you know what, you could put King Kong in front of me. I'm going to fucking do it. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, it's, why run from a fight? I mean, I don't understand, if we're prize fighters, and I mean, some of us are looking for a prize. Not me personally. I can give a fuck about money. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm just working towards something inside. And I mean, you've heard me say this before, and I'm going to continue to say it until it manifests itself. I will be, I guess what they call it, light heavyweight in this division. I will be a light heavyweight champion. And then, like I said, I'll defend it a couple of times and I'll ride off into the sunset and be the most humble, respectful champion that BKFC has ever seen. And
a lot of people don't know this about you, and we learned this about you when we first met you, is that you hold a victory over one of the best that have ever done it in the BKFC in MMA, but still you have a victory over Lorenzo Hunt. So for all you BKFC fans that are watching or listening to this man has a victory over Lorenzo, right?
It was MMA, and that was about 5 or 6 years ago.
And would a future fight against Lorenzo at would you go back to 205 and fight Lorenzo if they offered it?
I mean, I'll fight 205. I'll fight 185. I know my home. Like when me and Lorenzo fought 5 or 6 years ago, you'd have to check my record to figure out the exact date. We both fought at 85. He was a big boy then too, though. He was huge. I said, "Damn, this dude's big."
He's a monster.
Yeah, and I mean, but I float between the 205 and the 185. But I've always stressed to the BKFC and to Scott Barley, I said, I'm a natural 85er. I walk around small, like 210, so I can cut to 85. And like right now, I'm even smaller. But we fight next Friday or something. So,
yeah, you're a very lean guy too. You're long and lean, so I would imagine you don't pack on a lot of weight in between fights, right?
You don't need a mountain of muscle to box, and that's the conflict that I have with bare knuckle, because I'm still trying to figure out what scores, how do I get the most points on the board? Like, say for example, my fight at Sturgis, I was like, dude, I know I'm up. I know when we were fighting the whole time, I was like, I know I'm up, and I always, my worry was, Bryant, Define Bryant. I mean, he's big. He said, and I kept telling myself, I said, it only takes one. It only takes one. And, but I remember at the end, I was perplexed because I was like, the scores that they announced, I was like, oh, I don't know what the hell these guys were watching, but I knew I was an outsider in that scenario. So the goal is to go out there and put those guys down. And you got to think Brian's so big and so strong. I was like, I knew going in, I was like, I might not be able to knock him out. I said, but I can exhaust him and I can point him to death.
Did you think, can I ask you this? We all thought that, was it after the first or maybe the second round, he seemed
gassed,
extremely gassed.
I mean,
did you think at that point that like you got it in the back? You were like, oh, I got him.
No, I couldn't get off the gas. I understood how tough he was, how much grit he had. So I knew I had to keep working, and I knew like the one thing that I always pride myself on is my cardiovascular endurance. And even though I'm older, what I'm saying, it's just the whole military and doing all this for damn near 20 years. I'm in the gym every day. I'm in the gym so the one thing I never question is my cardiovascular endurance. And second thing I never question is my boxing acumen, or not even boxing acumen, just striking acumen in general. When you live the martial arts lifestyle, I guess, and it sounds so cliche to a lot of people, but when you live the martial arts lifestyle, this is what you get,
So your opponent, Mike, hold on. I don't know if Mike even knows this. You're a GOAT combat guy.
Yeah.
You're gonna have Scott Farley with you there.
Yeah.
But across the ring from you, a GOAT combat guy is going to be cornering your opponent. Did you know that Elvin Brito will be in the corner of David Simpson? Does that?
No.
You don't think about that at all?
No. Me and my opponent are the ones doing all the fighting. Like I said, respect to everyone, all the parties involved, but I don't have time. I don't have the mental capacity to worry about outside. I got to focus on what's going on inside the ring. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was going to take the conversation somewhere else, and I was going to talk about, the two people that are right behind your head right now. They just happen to be just right there on the wall. Daniel Cooper, Emma Murray. How does it feel when you hear them talk about you the way they do? And I'm sure that they're just a couple of many people whose lives that you really seem to be a big part in,
I think they're full of shit.
No, they're just playing you up. They're playing you up.
Yeah, that's all. They're just playing me up.
Yep.
I put on my pants one leg at a time like everybody else. But that's my family. These guys behind me. But I've known Cooper our gym has been open for 11 years. He was one of the first people to walk through our door. And he was here in Columbus, and he just walked in. I said, that's a big dude. I said, I maybe have a sparring partner. And I remember I think we sparred on day one, and I was like, yeah, you need to stick around. And we've just been working ever since. And then he went away, like he's a government contractor. So he went, he deployed somewhere, and then he turned pro overseas as well. And we've just been friends, and we've always messaged each other back and forth. And then when he finally came back to the States, he moved to the Atlanta area. I think first he went to Augusta, and then he went to the Atlanta area and everything like that. And he found really good gyms to train at in those areas. But he just always kept coming back here. His mom lives here and everything like that. But he just kept coming back to Columbus, and he'd be like, hey, what up, Joe? And I guess this is a new development. I guess, he fought last year, the bare knuckle. So he's been with us now, as the primary training partner, going on over a year at this point. And it's just good to have him back, because he's down here on the weekends, and he tries to get here. Like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And he's one of my best partners. You guys don't understand what I'm unleashing with Cooper. You guys just saw a little bit of it, and that was his first one. He had to get it out of his system. I say the same thing for Emma. She got to get her first one out of her system. It's like myself when I fought Duke. I said, "Oh, okay," and I realized I can do this. This is something I can do. I explain to everyone. They always come in the gym and they say, "Does it hurt?" It hurts, but it's a different type of hurt. It's a different type of pain. If you can endure getting hit with a rock, you can do bare knuckle. But
if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a fist.
That's right. And when you have a glove fist on, the vibration holds in your head. But with a bare knuckle, if you put it on the right spot, I'm going to sleep. But if you don't put it on the right spot, it's just going to hurt a whole bunch. You better be able to walk through that shit. So, yeah.
It's hard to teach pain tolerance, though, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's.
I'm trying to, and I don't know how to, like, I am coaching a 10-year-old travel basketball team right now, right? And these kids, they take bumps and they bang they fall on their elbow, or they land on their hip or whatever. And then they want to fucking cry. They want to like cry about it. And I feel like I sound like an old asshole, but I'm like, you need to toughen up. You need to be able to play through the pain.
Yeah.
This is competitive. Like, this is not rec league. This is like travel competitive. We're traveling all over the state. This is, you are playing to win something here, and a bump and a bruise is going to happen every single game. And you need to learn how to take that pain and drive through it. And I don't even know exactly how to put it into words to a 10-year-old, but it's like you, me, and Mike. I don't know if I even feel too much pain at this point in my life. You just fucking take it, you feel it, but you just move on. You know what I mean? Pain is nothing. So I feel you, dude. Yeah. It's just blunt force at that point, right?
Right. Yeah. So. But like I said, that was the thing. Like with Cooper, we had to get him through the first one, and I told him, like, you guys are just going to be so impressed with what we have to offer, and like even with Emma, like, you'll see.
Okay, tell us without giving too much away, because I know obviously, like, do you consider her almost like a protege kind of? Because you got her. She told us she never fought in combat sports prior to meeting you.
Like,
so you have basically molded her from day one to now.
I remember. Oh man, I've got video clips from when she first was training, and sometimes they'll pop up like on my stories on Facebook, and I'll send them to her, and I'm like, "Do you remember this?" I said, "Look at how horrible your form was, or look at you hitting those mitts, things like that." And like, she's like, "Oh my God, it's so ugly. Don't ever show that again. I don't want to see it again," and stuff. And like, she just comes such a far. Like, she used to, with Emma, because she got to the gym so young, she actually just used to bother me. Like, I was like, "What am I going to teach this kid?" You know what I'm saying? What am I going to teach this kid? And like, I was like, and that's I get maybe it's a little bit of my sexism. I was like, she's a girl. Like, she's a girl. And like, she just kept coming to the damn gym every day. And then I remember one day I was hitting mitts with her. I was trying to teach her how to do, so forth. There it is. I first noticed, I have a couple of different sequences that I use on the focus mitts, and she memorized my sequences. And then she started working the focus mitts with the boxers and the Muay Thai fighters in the gym. And then I saw on her social medias, she was working those sequences with one of her sisters at the house. And I was like, okay. And there was one thing. And I was like, okay. And then I remember she come in and she's hitting mitts and things like that. And one day I was just like, you know what? Okay. And I pulled her off to the side and I said, okay, Emma. I said, dude, I'm going to try to pour as much knowledge into you as I possibly can. And I said, and the thing is like, I'm kind of standoffish, like Cooper and Emma and the rest of the guys at the gym. They know that I'm really standoffish because there's just a fucking ton of guys here, man. And like, everybody is like, hey, Coach Joe, hey, Joe, hey, what about this? I'm like, okay, all day. I'm just, this is the quietest the gym is at night. It's 10:16. I'd have been gone like at 9:45, but it's constant noise. And the only time I can get quiet is if I'm working on myself or if I'm super focused on one of these guys that has to fight. And I told Emma one night, I said, hey, I said, I see what you're doing, I appreciate it. And I said, what I'll do, I said, this is just a bet, not a bet, but like a promise that I can make to her. I said, I'm going to pour everything I can into you. And you should ask Cooper that, but you could see it like just the other day. She was working out. She's hitting the heavy bag. And I'm just sitting there grinning at her. Like I was in the ring and I was just sitting there looking at her hit the heavy bag. And I was like, holy shit, she's fucking working that goddamn heavy bag. And
That's gotta feel so good.
Yeah, and I always tell her, I said, that's just me. It's me. I said, all that stuff, it's me. I did that. Or like every time, she's really modest. Like she told you guys about, she cut her hair. Well, I did cut her hair and everything like that. But that same night, she cut her hair and she went out there and fucking won the IKF championship. And like I was like, I was like, I knew you. I said, the moment we cut your hair, I knew you was gonna have to win that belt. You have to win. And
that's awesome.
She's fought so much from adolescence to now. And I was like, okay, you got this. The only thing is, like, as a person that cares and loves her, I was like, dude, this bare knuckle thing is different. You have so let's go out there. I feel as though she has the perfect challenge posed to herself and her opponent. And what I expect out of her is some beautiful boxing. But it's the same thing. It's like,
can't wait to see it, man.
Yeah, I always stress first pass, long gone, be pretty, move your feet, shit like that. But there's only a handful of people that can that actually follow through with the coaching methods that myself and Donnie and the rest of the guys have been disseminating throughout the gym.
It's got to feel pretty good that because you had her when she was brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say you are her Yoda to Skywalker or Obi-Wan to Skywalker?
You said Yoda to Skywalker.
Or Obi-Wan.
I guess I'd be Obi-Wan.
There you go. Okay.
I guess I'd be Obi-Wan.
I was gonna say, are you Yoda? What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, but like nowadays, you probably don't have to tell her as much. You know what I mean? It's got to feel pretty goddamn good, right?
And she's at the stage where I was at, where I make suggestions. Like even Donnie, you guys, my boxing coach is old white guy with the gray hair and stuff like that. He talks a lot of shit, but like he just makes suggestions at this point. He said, I ain't got nothing. I can't teach Joe nothing. He said, I just tell him, hey, keep your left hand up or shoot the jab. Bend your knees, move your feet a little bit. I just make suggestions. And then of course we game plan, but like generally speaking, I say this to everybody. Cooper and Emma specifically, because they're the ones that fighting. I got another guy that fights on Sunday, so I fight Friday, and then Saturday afternoon I got to fly to Virginia, and then my guy, his name's Alex Gordy, he's fighting for Anthony Pettis FC in Virginia Sunday. So I got a whole weekend ahead of me, and but anyway, so I focus on these guys, and I just tell them, go out there and do your thing. If I'm not making any noise, you're fine. Oh, and then they also know how I speak. So like, if they can hear I'm cracking jokes, they know my jokes. If I'm just they know the jokes. You don't know the jokes, but they know the jokes. If I'm cracking jokes, there's no problems. There's no problems, guys. And but there's a command voice. When I use my command voice, that's when they know, okay, I got to really focus and hone in on what Joe's trying to tell me. So.
Command voice. We all know too much about that shit, my friend. So December 6th, you're fighting David Simpson. We are not going to be there, my friend, but we're going to be watching and rooting for you. I'm so excited we got to talk to you, both of your students and you tonight, because that was very cool. I didn't realize when I was booking the show that all you guys were together. So that's great. Can we ask you a couple of Thanksgiving questions and then send you on your way?
Of course.
All right. You probably saw what we did with the other two, but we're trying to get, and so far, they've been pretty similar choices here. Thanksgiving's tomorrow. I don't know how much you're going to enjoy it in fight camp here, but baked on the left, fried on the right. What are you going with if you had your choice for turkey tomorrow?
I'm going with fried turkey.
Hell yeah. That's the choice, man. That is the choice nowadays. Mike, go ahead.
Okie dokie. Jelly or fruit? Do you want the fresh fruit in the cranberry sauce or just the jellied sauce?
I'm actually making the fresh fruit cranberry sauce tomorrow.
Oh man, listen, look at you, fancy pants over there.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
I love it. Apple pie or pumpkin?
I'm gonna have to go apple because I'd much rather have sweet potato pie. So I'm gonna go apple.
All right. Well, those were the choices. So here we go.
All right. Mashed potatoes or stuffing?
Who's making the stuffing?
You.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the stuffing.
Hell yeah. Hey, today, hold on. We're going to deviate for a second. Today at work, a guy made these things. They look like meatballs, right? And I ate one and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, whoa, what is this? It was amazing. So the dude makes stuffing, right? And then he takes spicy and sweet sausage and he cuts it up into chunks. And then he makes like a sauce,
Two different types of stuffing.
a stuffing meatball looking thing. Then he puts it in the fridge for 2-3 hours so they harden up. Then he takes them out, egg washes them, rolls them in panko crust, and then fries them.
Yes.
Oh my God. And
one
put
of
a
them was
little
stuffing like that regular, like seasoned stuffing like you have for Thanksgiving. Then he had like cornbread. The other one was cornbread stuffing.
Oh my God,
Two
it was
different types.
great. I
And one was
never
the
had that in
spicy
my life.
sausage, one was regular.
Yeah.
It was good.
Fantastic. Try that one. Last one for you, buddy. If you were going to have one of these two cocktails here, I don't know if you drink and if you or not, but apple cider martini on the left, pumpkin spice on the right. What would you go with?
Apple cider martini.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Because we're not Mike.
Yeah.
Because you and I are not Mike. The pumpkin spice is too much.
I will take
Joe,
both of those at the same time.
Hell yeah. Final words for anybody. Go ahead, Joe. Final words for anybody that's going to be tuning in December 6th when you take on David Simpson.
I hope everybody tunes in either through the BKFC app or Fubo TV or Triller or wherever we're going to be broadcasting. I'm going to have a large chunk of our gym out there that evening, and some of my family members are actually going to make it out. I'm from Michigan, so they're coming from Michigan, so I'm really excited. I feel great. I'm in great shape. My brain's where it needs to be. I'm ready to rock. So watch the show. Don't miss out.
Yeah. Joe, you do your thing every time you go out there. Win, lose, or draw, you have been a real pleasure to watch in the BKFC Squared Circle. Best of luck to you on December 6th against David Simpson, and best of luck to your team too, because I know you're going to be heavily invested into this card with teammates out there. So have a good Thanksgiving tomorrow. Mike, do you got anything else for Joe?
Yes, sir. Mr. Creer, thank you for coming on. Thank you for being such a good coach to your fighters, actually. I mean, we had these last two fighters come on and they had nothing but great things to say about you. And as you were talking earlier, I'm thinking in my head, like, everybody knows about gyms and coaches and stuff like that. But when you really talk to the fighters and you listen, it's like their entire life. It's your life. It's their life. They're there every single day. And people go and they see the fights and, win, lose, or draw. People don't realize the trials and tribulations that you guys go through every day. Like, you're such a big part of these people's lives, and you're changing it for the better. You know what I mean? These people are coming in, they're looking for guidance. You're giving it to them in a way that, maybe nobody else was. So that's an awesome thing. I really do love that about you and the things that we've heard so far. And we're looking forward to seeing you fight. So after I just said all that, everybody else, listen up. Creer versus Simpson, BKFC 69 in Atlanta, baby. In Atlanta. Bare Knuckle has made its way into Georgia. Finally, it is happening. Thank you so much for coming on. You are welcome back anytime, of course. And have a great Thanksgiving. And everybody else, when we come back, we'll be joined by Braxton Smith.
Later, Joe.
Take care.
Catch you later.
Thank you.
What's up, my BKFC fight fam and fans? I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure you guys are spending time with your loved ones and being thankful for what you have. That's what it's all about. Stay tuned.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Marine here. I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have an amazing time with your family. I know we all have many things that we are thankful for. I know I am. God bless you all. We'll see you December 21st.
Hey everybody, this is your favorite BKFC fighter, Roberto El Gallo Negro Armas. I'm here to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays.
Royal Ryan Reaver looking to wish you guys a happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving, and don't forget to tune into the best podcast on planet Earth, the Mike and Mish Show. Let's go.
Hey everyone, it's Sam, the Hillbilly Hammer Shoemaker here. Just want to wish all my family, fans, and friends a happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, what is going on? Welcome to the show, Braxton Smith, and I want to thank you for your patience, sir. We were having such a good time talking to all those other guys, and Emma, 2 guys, 1 girl. Hey, welcome to the show, my friend.
Appreciate you guys having me. Thank you.
All right, so for the combat sport fans that are out there, they know you from your fight over in the UFC. You're coming over from MMA, and you are stepping into the hottest new sport in the world, bare knuckle fighting championship. You got to tell us, man. The opportunity arose for you to take the gloves off and come over. What was it that drew you to bare knuckle?
Uh, I would say when I started back in 2022 fighting, I actually tried to get on with BKFC or BYB before I even started back fighting MMA. So it's kind of like my first
Really?
decision when I wanted to start back doing combat sports. Yeah, I wanted to hop in to do the bare knuckle. I grew up doing a lot of street fights and stuff back home in Alabama, so I kind of was familiar with it, and I kind of felt like it'll be a little bit more like home to me than MMA would. And I was always just by myself, self trained, so I was like, well, anything I know how to throw it on a little bit. I think so. I wanted to give BKFC a try first before I even got back into MMA.
That is wild. Like that is a unusual story when it comes. We talk to fighters all the time. I mean, you're on our 300 and what is this 312 episodes, and probably 400 fighters have been on the show. And every single fighter we've talked to either came from boxing or kickboxing or MMA first and then wanted to do BKFC, but you wanted to jump in there right off the rip. I heard that you've never really had a coach. Is this true?
Yeah, that's true. I got my first coach right now. His name's Dave Watson. He's from California, former LAPD officer. Been around boxing for. He's 61. He's been around boxing his whole life. So this is my first actual real coach. Yeah, I never had one.
How okay. Mike, I'm sure you're curious about this. How in the hell does someone just jump into fighting and then 7 fights later into your career, you're fighting on the biggest platform in the world in the UFC? How does that happen without somebody coaching you along the way? You must be extremely self-disciplined. Like, where were you training and what were you doing on your journey through MMA?
Yeah, yeah. So for me, guys, I had an amateur background, of course. Which you guys know that. Turned pro 2014 and took a hiatus for like almost 9 years, 8 years, and I guess me locked in, being focused. I wish I was a lot more focused. I wish I could trust a little bit more um, to go inside these gyms and like actually give these guys a shot, man. But every time I went into a gym, I don't say any gyms, but it was always man, it wasn't what I needed. It wasn't a good fit for me. It was always some things where it kind of led to um, a coach getting fired over messing with a student, a girl. So I was like, dang, I'm trying to focus. Like I've been off for a lot of years. Like I'm behind. I don't have the technique. I have the power, the speed, and athleticism, but I don't have the technique and the skill sets that everybody else have because they've been training longer. And they're with real coaches and real gyms. So I said, you know what, I won't let myself down. So I trusted myself, and I dug in deep in San Antonio, and I found a Gold Gym, and they let me use like their beat up bag, and they let me use the back of their gym for like they had like some huge tires out there. I would flip tires, and I went and bought a hammer from Home Depot. I just like Clover Laned it, man, to be honest. And I prayed on it all the time, and I know for a fact like God was guiding me that through that whole journey. A little bit of luck as well, but I was blessed as well. So I just was able to make things happen for myself. With him watching over me, guide me. But it was definitely hard, and I wish I would have had a coach in the team, but I didn't.
It's incredible, man. That is really that's really something. Now, tell us prior to getting into fighting, you said you were in a lot of street fights. Where are you from, and what was your life like prior to combat sports?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Dothan, Alabama. Uh, I grew up kind of like Jasper, Alabama, Birmingham. So I was just playing football. Um, kind of didn't have a father figure or a role model, so I was like trying to learn on my own, and my mom was trying to teach me. So I got in a lot of trouble. Had a lot of older cousins and uh and guys that I shouldn't have been listening to in my neighborhood, like leading the way. So it was a guy who had he was like a drug dealer back in my hometown, and he bought an abandoned funeral home, and he ran like bare knuckle like street fights out of it. And so he would pay everybody. We did it like every Wednesday night. So I kind of was doing that when I was a kid, and uh, I had my first daughter, and I kind of separated myself, and I stopped doing MMA completely after 2014. And I moved to Austin, Texas, and I got back into football. I played semi-pro football. Uh, then I signed an arena contract, and I moved to Vermont. And I started playing football in Vermont, Burlington. 2017, I played for the Vermont Bucks. And so I had real dreams of like, well, it wasn't my dreams, but it was something I wanted to do to capitalize on what I was outside of what I was doing, like working a regular job. Like I was like, well, I got a talent to play football. I'm a good running back. Like, let me see where it goes. So I gave it a try for a little bit, and I went up to Vermont, and I was talking to two CFL teams, and man, I woke up one day and I told my roommate, I was like, man, I don't play football. Like my dad played in the NFL, but I was like, man, I don't want to play football. I don't love it enough. And so they tried to talk me out of it, but I quit. I flew to Dallas, and a friend picked me up in Dallas and took me back to Austin. But that's kind of how that was the path of the startup for me, like leading back into fighting. And
wow,
around 2022, I kind of made my mind up. Like I went to Walmart, bought a vision board, and I just started writing down goals. And I was like, man, I want to fight. I want to be a regional champion. I want to be number one in the region. I want to sign the UFC. I want to fight in big promotions and start building my legacy. And that's what I did.
I want to take it back a little bit because you said that you grew up in Dothan, Alabama. How long did you live in Dothan for?
Oh man, I lived in Dothan until I was like 9. Then I moved to Jasper, Alabama, and I went home to Dothan every summer because I hated to move. Like I didn't want to leave. So as soon as school was out for me, any break I had, I don't care if it was like like a day, like I was trying to get back to Dothan. So yeah, I've been in Dothan all my life. A lot of my family's in Dothan, my dad's side and my mom's side. So yeah, I grew up in Dothan and Jasper.
So Kyle and I, we've mentioned it earlier. Everybody watching the show that watches the show regularly knows that Kyle and I are in the Army and also in an aviation unit. Fort Rucker is right there.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that. There's lots of aviation stuff going on down there. I went there and stayed there for 2 weeks. Like, I don't know. It's probably like 5 years ago. I remember going to the specific place called Cheeseburger. Love that damn place. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's a burger joint called Cheeseburger. And it was good. I remember it being awesome.
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. And it's in I'm pretty sure it's in Dothan. Yeah. I actually also got kicked out of Cheeseburger. There's no SE. It's Cheeseburger. And I remember going there because we had gone to a movie theater that was right near it, I feel like. And then there was that. Yeah. Oh man, Dothan. We went to one place called McLeod's, some bar. Worst bar I've ever, maybe not that I've ever been to, but the food they freaking served us, this crazy ass pizza. Oh my God, it was awful. Holy shit. But that cheeseburger place was fantastic. I got kicked out of a VFW for being too rambunctious while I was watching the Patriots game. It was the Patriots game and the Patriots lost. What's that?
We can't make pizza like you guys do up on the East Coast, man. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh hell no.
Yeah, with the cheeseburgers are damn good.
Braxton, I'm from Connecticut. He's from Rhode Island, but we're an hour away from New Haven, which is like the mecca of pizza. Well, the best pizza in the world, New Haven, Connecticut. I'm telling you.
You know Dave Portnoy?
I know y'all made quite a few trips up there, huh? Maybe on the weekend.
Oh hell yeah! Do you know who Dave Portnoy is? The owner of Barstool.
Barstool.
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah. Barstool Sports is like this.
He does the pizza reviews, the one bite. One bite, everyone knows the rules. He does all the pizza reviews, and he owns Barstool Sports. But he basically labeled, New Haven, Connecticut, the pizza capital of the world. So, yeah, there's some friggin' awesome pizza places in Connecticut for sure.
Absolutely,
we'll have to definitely try that one once we get on that side of the town, that side of the country again. So.
I mean, you played football up in Vermont though, so Burlington, Vermont. They didn't have any decent pizza up in Vermont? Or was it all
Man,
trash?
we were eating other things, man. I think I made a living off of eating what was it called? I think it was called Moe's or something.
Oh,
You
Moe's?
guys,
Like welcome to Moe's?
The
I
Was it
taco
think so.
place? The
like
burrito
they
place?
make like
Yeah, it's like a taco burrito place. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Moe's. Yeah, Moe's.
Okay, so I would
That's
eat
good
that
shit.
and that and Chili's all the time.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There's another couple of Army bases up in Burlington too. There's a really good mac and cheese place up in Burlington, Vermont. There was a place like they serve all these different mac and cheese in the town over there, that little city, townish area. I wish I knew the name of
Did they ever drag your big ass out onto a fucking ski mountain up there in Vermont?
it.
Nah, man, they didn't get a chance to because we were in season, so they were
Oh, okay.
strict, man. Practice, film, cover,
Yeah.
recovery. So we didn't really have only time we got a chance to like really go outside of um preparing for games was to like pass out like our schedules and like do like meet and greets at hockey games. So
Oh,
Oh,
really?
but
that's
that's
cool.
when I became a hockey fan though. Like playing for my once I got back to Texas, I started watching the Cedar Park Stars, like I guess a feeder team to the Dallas Stars. So I started
Ni-
watching hockey games. So I started watching hockey, the
Nice.
Krakens. So it was like, okay, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. You know, so
Yeah. Hockey live is phenomenal.
Hockey
I can't.
live is 20,000 times better than hockey on TV.
I think
yeah,
so.
it
But
is. It
It
is.
really
I
is.
love
I was
live
like
hockey.
I was like right on the ice, like right there. So once they hit the wall, like the ice get on you. It was a cool experience. So I try to go. I haven't been in probably 2 years though, but I'll watch a game every now and then. But I need to go to another live game for sure.
I got into a fight in the bathroom of a Boston Bruins hockey game one night. On the way out of the fucking bathroom, I'm like walking out of the bathroom, and this
The guy was
fucking
going in. He was
dickhead,
going in the out.
he was going in the out. Yeah, and he
Unbelievable.
bumps into me, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And now next thing you know, we're swinging at each other. I'm like, "I gotta fight this asshole because he's going in the out."
In the out.
Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, guy. Anyways, yeah, yeah. It was talk about being rambunctious. It was a little
Yeah.
crazy. You said your father played football in the NFL. Who did he play for?
He played for the Chargers. Me and him got a relationship like that, but he played at UCLA and he played for the Chargers for a little bit. My understanding.
We're talking 90s.
Yeah, I would say yeah, it was the 90s. Yeah.
90s. So he might have been teammates with like Antonio Gates and those boys, right? Maybe.
I think Antonio Gates was like the
2000,
early
early
2000s.
2000s. Maybe.
Yeah, early 2000s, mid 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fuck the Chargers anyway. You want to know
Yeah.
why? Here's why.
Right.
Here's
I'm a
why. Because
Vikings fan. Score.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
Vikings
awesome.
fan.
Oh, dude,
don't
you know
mind the
what? Hey,
Vikings.
Randy Moss, my favorite wide receiver of all time.
Mine too.
When the Patriots got good, and now a lot of people would give us shit for being Patriot fans because they want to call us bandwagon jumpers or
No,
whatever.
not
But
bandwagon jumpers.
but I tell all these
We
people,
live in New England, damn it.
listen, I grew up in New England. The first 22 years of my life, the Patriots absolutely fucking sucked, right? Then Tom Brady comes along, and then we have 2 decades of the best time of our life. But when Brady first got there and they started winning and winning and winning, LaDainian Tomlinson had nothing but shitty things to say about New England, and it made me hate the Chargers for the rest of my life. That franchise can fuck right off. You know what I'm saying?
What did he say? He just
He was
he
was talking about I don't remember exactly what he was saying, but he was talking about their fucking attitude and their and he actually talked about the fan base and all that stuff, and I loved LT because he was nasty, but
yeah, he was nice.
I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fucking yeah. Anyways, we're going off on a tangent here now because we're sports fans, but you're yeah. Listen, man.
We'll just keep talking about football. Everybody's like, all right, I was here for fights. They're talking about football. Adios.
But hey, so you're coming over into the BKFC. We'll get back on track here. You're coming over to the BKFC. You're entering the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division has gotten super interesting in the last year. You know what I mean? Like as the company has been building their roster and building their weight classes, it's been a slow burn for the heavyweight division, but now that they got, Mick Terrell in there as the world champ, Ben Rothwell, there, Leandro Perdomo is fucking knocking everybody out. The weight class is on fire right now, and you coming over just adds another wrinkle into the division. This is fantastic news that you're coming into the BKFC heavyweight division. What are your thoughts on the competition that you have seen in the BKFC and some of these fighters? Are you impressed with any of these guys?
Oh, absolutely. Mick Terrell, the champion for sure. The guy that's knocking everybody out. I think he's Cuban, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, really
huge.
impressed. Yeah, really impressed.
It's
with that guy.
Leonardo.
Leonardo,
Ninja
sorry.
Turtle. Yes.
Yeah, he's nice. He's a beast. Yeah, I like the competition I'm seeing. I think the heavyweight division is on fire. I'm a combat sports fan, so before I was, before I even signed, I was watching those guys, and have been a fan of those guys. I was also a fan of what was his name? He was the champion before Mick, the black guy out of Chicago. I can't
Arnold
think of
Adams.
his name.
Arnold Adams.
Yes.
Yeah,
Arnold
Adams.
Adams.
The Boogeyman.
Yeah,
The
I
first
liked him too
heavyweight
as well.
champion.
Yeah,
He's the only two-time BKFC heavyweight champ, too. He's the first,
liked him.
and he's the only one to win it twice. And
Yep.
he can't find a fight. So Braxton, what I want you to do, you go out there and you win against who you fight? Alex Davis. You go out there and you fight Alex Davis and you get a win. Let the brass know. Say, hey, I will fight Arnold Adams. He wants a fight. You're a
he's been
fucking
looking.
beast. I mean, this is perfect.
He can't get a fight.
He cannot
He
get. He
can't get a
cannot get a
fight.
fight.
Oh,
Yep. We've been trying to tell people to call Arnold Adams out like every way. You got to call Arnold Adams, damn it. We need to see him back in the ring.
okay.
I even asked Perdomo. Perdomo goes out there and he gets his like fifth knockout in a row. He moves to like 5-0. And at the press conference, I had a question for him. I'm like, hey, Leonardo, you're now 5-0 in the heavyweight division. The BKFC the two-time BKFC champ has been looking for a fight. What do you say? The next step to get you closer to a title shot in this division is to fight the two-time division champion, Arnold Adams.
Last loss was to the champion.
Last loss was to Mick. He goes,
And he beat
I
Mick,
don't like that fight. I don't like that fight. I'm like, ugh.
He said he
All
wants
right.
to fight Ben Rothwell, right? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he
And
wants
Mick
Big Ben
Terrell. He
Rothwell.
wanted to fight one of those guys. It's like those guys are going to fight each other.
Yeah,
Right.
We're like Big Ben's gonna fight Mick, so you should fight him.
Can Ben make that weight? Can he make 265 again?
I think they made the
But I
division
don't know if he wants
275, right?
Yeah.
275.
275?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did
it's
change it back
275.
in Salt Lake.
They changed it to a max of 275. So either way, Braxton, I think you have and you have possibilities here. You can go out there, beat Alex Davis in your debut fight, and call out guys like Perdomo and Arnold Adams and be right back in there, dude. I mean, the division's exciting. What's that? That's the plan.
That's the plan. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's the plan to come right in and take on some big names and get going. Like that. That's definitely the plan. We want to at least we want to try to fight for a title sometime in 2025. If not, at least be a top 5 contender. So that's the plan for me.
We say it all the time to all the guests that come on the show. The BKFC is so new, and the roster is so new that it's rare to find a guy like Lorenzo Hunt who's got 12 fights, or Britton Hart's got 12 fights. Most of them have 2, 3, maybe 4 fights. You know what I mean? So you go in there, you can win 2, 3 fights in a row and fast track your ass right to a title shot. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Leonardo Perdomo is 5-0 right now, and he's being talked about for who's next for the title after Ben and Mick. So Ben and Mick fight, it could be Perdomo with 5 fights under his belt.
Right.
So it's so easy to, as long as you're winning and you're healthy, these guys will give, and you're exciting. Have you talked to Ben? I mean, have you had a conversation with David Feldman?
I never have. No.
Not yet. Wait till
Not
you
yet.
meet him. Wait till you meet him, man. He's the guy who put this whole thing together. Obviously, you know who he is.
Right.
He is one of the most motivating people you will ever talk to. And when you get a chance to have a conversation with him, you just let him know like how serious you are about this thing. And you go out there and you murk this dude real quick. Get on his radar. You know what I mean? They will keep you active. I have no doubt about that in my mind.
Okay. I appreciate that information. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, what can you tell us about your opponent, Alex Davis? Do you know much about him?
I know a little bit about him. Actually, I got a friend on that side of. I think he lives in North Carolina. I think Alex Davis from like West Virginia or something like that. But he was doing a few amateur fights, so he kind of was telling me it's a guy out here, man, that I would love to see fight. He's like their boxing champion over there, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. What's his name? They're like, oh, they call him like White Rhino or something like that. So I seen like a video or two of him, and I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, I pretty much had nothing. I respect everybody gets in there, man, but I seen one of his posts, man, where he called me he posted a picture and it was like him, like I guess flexing. He was like corn fed, and then he has a picture of me and he says juice fed. So and then he has a hashtag like juicy juice. So I
Oh
immediately like,
shit!
oh, okay, it's that type of ball game. So it's like he doesn't know me personally. Like he doesn't know how that time in my life affected me and my family. He doesn't know at all. I got family too out here, man. So it's like I don't know, trying to hype yourself up, or what I don't know what you're trying to do. All you did was add fuel to the fire, and I'm gonna try my best to retire this fucking dude next Friday for sure.
Nice. I'm looking for that post right now. I'm trying to
Yeah, I
find it.
was looking for it too. That's a pretty
Yeah,
steep
I got a
accusation to make for
screenshot in my
somebody who
phone.
doesn't know.
Sorry.
I said that's a pretty steep accusation for somebody he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. I mean, and everybody know I failed. That's why I'm not in the UFC anymore. I failed a drug test for testosterone. And nobody, but I went on multiple podcasts, kind of explaining my situation. Like, hey man, I've always been a clean guy. I've always been a clean fighter. I said, but at the end of the day, I don't apologize for taking testosterone. If I feel like my sex levels are low, if I feel like I don't have any energy, if I don't feel like what makes me a fucking man, I'm gonna, if that's what I need, if I got low T, then that's what I'll take. That's what I'll do. And at the time, I thought that was the right decision for me. I had no idea that Mick Maynard and Dana White were going to call and say they want to sign me to a 4-fight deal. I didn't know. If I did, I would have fucking just sucked it up. Like, man, I got to find another way because I know testosterone was a banned substance. So, but for everybody that wants to talk shit and say that shit, like, I'm looking forward to taking tests. Like, I can take a test every fucking week if they want me to. I can take tests, go to a natural clinic or wherever you go to take like natural tests and show my results. Like, it's not an issue to me. It's not a problem at all. But you don't know me. You don't know my situation or my story. So don't bring that shit up. That was a tough time for us, man. We lost a lot of money. We lost a lot during that time, and you want to make jokes out of it. Okay, I got something for your ass next week.
Yeah, you lost a whole opportunity. I mean, a multi-fight deal with the UFC to make jokes about you're flirting with fucking disaster. I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I think so for sure.
Okay, well, we're gonna be tuned into this one for sure, my friend. That's just crazy. Go ahead, Mike.
I did find it. It was back on November 13th. Yeah, I see. He's kind of just flexing in the mirror, and he has you about to hit a heavy bag, right?
Right.
And it's corn fed versus juice fed, December 6th in Atlanta, Georgia. It's gonna be a heavy-handed bare knuckle fist fight. So that's And then he put hashtag juicy juice. Yep.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah. So I ordered 2 juicy juice shirts. I'm gonna wear it too. So
nice.
Juicy juice.
It's like
Shit,
like a
man.
juicy juice. It's like a juicy juice bottle, and like the bottle's like this. Bottle flexing. So I was like, okay.
Oh man, that's fucking crazy. You know what? Fighters say a lot of crazy shit, and he's only got one fight under his belt in the BKFC. Did you watch the one fight? I'm sure you have, right?
Yeah, we seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you impressed by what you saw?
Nah, the guy didn't want to fight. The guy didn't want to be there. The guy
Hayden
didn't want to
Brown.
fight. Like I had to watch it twice to actually see like what happened. Like did you lose a contact? Like did he poke you in the eye and nothing happened? He just threw a wild shot. Alex was backing up, and he threw a jab, a slow jab, lazy jab, and he ran into the jab because of the force, him coming into the punch, swinging wild like this, and he ran into a jab. I was like, what the hell? But you could like, he just didn't want to fight. He didn't want to be there.
Wow. Well, dude, I gotta tell you, man, I'm excited about your debut. You guys are debuting in Atlanta, Georgia, which is cool. It's the first BKFC card in the state of Georgia in Atlanta.
Yeah,
So
which is awesome.
should
History.
be big. You guys got a lot of home homegrown, I guess you could call them. There's like 3 or 4 fighters that live right around Atlanta, including Joe Elmore and Danny Cooper. Should be a hell of a night. I wish we could be there live, especially to see this one now. Now that you just told me that, I feel like you're going in there with a little more head of steam and could do some damage. And we love that shit, man.
I'm pretty sure I get a chance to see you boys live someday. Y'all will get to watch it for sure. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
you'll definitely get a viral one from me from my hands come next week. Yeah, it's like I
Hey,
said,
you come out clean. You come out clean. Tell them, let them know you want to be on that Philly card. We'll be at the Philly card.
That's right. Arnold
Yeah.
Adams, Philly.
Arnold Adams in Philly.
Look at us trying to push this
Hey,
fight. So
I'm just gonna say it right now. Hey, Arnold, we found you somebody. He's gonna win next week. I'm not a fortune teller, but this guy's gonna come in here, and then he wants you. Boom, bye.
Arnold, you don't got a dancing partner, man. Let's dance. Let's get it.
Let's go. I love that shit, man. All right. Well, hey, I don't know if you saw the rest of the show, but it is Thanksgiving tomorrow. It is the big turkey day. We're going to ask you these quick questions, and we just want to know, how are you going to build your meal here? Are you going baked in the oven turkey or a fried turkey?
I'm in camp, so I got to go with baked turkey.
Baked. Yeah, here we go. Mike.
All right. This is the biggest decision of the whole entire day, maybe even the week. Canned cranberry sauce, jellied, or with the fresh cranberries in it.
Come on, man. I'm black, man. I need the can. I need the can.
Me
I need the canned cranberry.
Listen, if you don't have those
canned
canned
cranberry.
ridges in that
I
fucking
need those
cranberry, I don't want it.
I need the ridges. I have to have them.
Gotta have the ridges, man. Come on now. All right. Hey, how about some apple pie or some pumpkin pie?
Apple pie all day, especially with vanilla ice cream. It's unmatched.
That is a clean sweep for apple pie tonight. Mike.
No, I thought that Emma picked the
pumpkin.
pumpkin.
Oh, Emma picked pumpkin. You're right. The three guys picked apple.
So mashed potatoes or stuffing?
Mashed potatoes.
Hell yeah. And last one, and I've said it to all three guests up until you. I have never tried either one of these things, but these are Thanksgiving cocktails. The one on the left is a apple cider margarita. I'm guessing that's like a sugar rim. And then the one on the right, pumpkin spiced margarita. What are you gonna drink?
I don't drink, but my fiance does a little bit every now and then. So I'll probably get her do the pumpkin spice and give it to her.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah. The ladies
Those
love
drinks
the
look
pumpkin.
fantastic.
The ladies
Yep.
and Mike
That's right.
love pumpkin spice.
I let the basic bitch out sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Mike will put his sweatpants on and some Uggs and head down to the fucking Starbucks.
Actually, hold on a second. Check this out. I've
That
got
is-
some on. Oh, I've got a sticker on the bottom too because I have kids, and
Bro,
of course I've got a sticker on the bottom of them.
The sweatpants showing your package. That's cool. Just don't do leggings and Uggs, bro. Don't do the leggings.
No. Will never happen. These are the Tom Brady. Actually, these Tom Brady actually was the model to advertise these bad boys, and I was like,
Ugg
Tom Brady
slippers,
can get with Uggs. I can do it. Let me tell you what.
Hey,
These slippers
hey,
are
almost
fantastic.
I almost got a pair 1 year, but I live in Texas. I think I seen Lil Wayne. He was on like a front of a magazine. He had like on some UGG stuff, and he had some nice boots. So I was like, oh, those are UGG.
Yeah.
And so I
Actually,
seen them, but I was like, I don't need them. I
yeah,
live in Texas.
I have these slippers. I have a few pairs now because they're so fucking nice. I put them on in Nordstrom, right in the mall, in the Providence Place Mall in Rhode Island. I went in and I was like, I don't know, about $120 for slippers. But the guy there was like, take off your damn shoes and your sock and put your feet in those. I guarantee you can't friggin' deny them. So I did, and I walked around and I was like, oh man, this guy's got me. This guy got me. I put them on my feet and I was like, these are the most comfortable fucking things I ever put on my feet. So I got them. And then fast forward to the winter time, my wife, Stephanie, was like, hey, UGG has like winter boots. And I was like, no. I could never wear UGG boots. Like, because in my mind, I'm thinking like the boots that she wears, the ones that everybody, the ones that made UGG
All the
famous.
girls.
No, they have, like you said, they have like straight up, they look like regular boots, almost like Tim's. Like I have an all black sole, but the inside has like that UGG, like I don't
Fur.
even know what kind of fur it is, but
Yeah.
they are so warm. Let me tell you, I go out, I friggin' snow blow the driveway. My feet never get cold, ever. They're awesome, and they don't even look like Uggs, right? They're fucking pretty
I
nice.
don't
Right?
blame you. I'm rocking them, bro. Like, especially for you guys living up on that side of the world. Like, y'all need them. I don't need them, but if I did, yeah, I would definitely rock them. Yeah.
They're awesome.
Mike, I think you might have just got yourself an UGG sponsor. I
I'm
don't know,
hoping
man.
so.
We're gonna reach out to them.
I'm ready to quit the army. I'm gonna just
Come on,
work for Uggs.
sponsor this guy, man. Sponsor Mike, bro. Come on.
That's it, man.
go.
Hey, Braxton, we are excited to see you fight December 6th against Alex Davis. Before we let you go, you want to shout some people out, say a few things. You want to deliver a message to anybody. Take a second, go ahead and do your thing, and then we'll let you get up.
Shout out to my sponsors, coach, my fiance, my kid, like everybody that's been rocking with me, everybody that's been sending nice emails and sending things on my IG that's waiting for me to return. I'm waiting for the beautiful months of return. They've been rocking with me for like over a year. I think I haven't fallen over a year and a half, man. And a lot of people vanished, a lot of people dipped. And it's some true fans out there that stuck around the world too. So I want this one for y'all too. I want to shout y'all out for sticking by my side and like never giving up. So the beautiful monster back now. I promise you, I'm finna deliver and get a title shot next year.
I'm excited about this one. Hey, just so I'm not neglecting the people over on Instagram, there are people over on Instagram that are watching, and a guy who just fought on the last California card, Cody Vidal says, don't punch 100%, hit with 50%, build momentum as the fight goes on. Step off your angles before you punch, change levels, wrap your opponent up after you land a good one. He's giving you all kinds of coaching tips. He just got done winning out in California. And I will say what he just said there, and Mike Perry himself said it. He learned after his first fight that throwing 100% into every punch is probably not the best idea. He said by the fourth round, and I don't think you plan on going to the fourth round.
Yeah, so. I was going to say, no offense to the other guys, but Braxton is a big guy.
Yeah, Braxton's a big guy. I think he's going to get out of there.
I don't know how many punches he can land with the other guy still standing.
Yeah, so congratulations on your win in Cali, bro. But yeah, he's right. So that's how I lost to Parker Porter, man. My UFC debut. I threw everything with 100% bad intentions, and that comes from that comes from lack of sparring, lack of training partners, and no coach. Learning how to breathe with punches. So I'm in better shape now than I was in my UFC debut, and even prior to my fights before my UFC debut. So having the guy you guys had on before me, he was perfectly right, man. He was like my endurance. Like I don't need a pile of muscle to do this and do that. Like my endurance is important, and that's kind of what I want to get into as I continue to drop weight. I'm like 260 right now, but I'll be when I'm done cutting weight for my not this fight, but in the future I'll be around 240. So that's I can't do anything about the muscle. Like shit, I had my birth certificate checked in the 8th grade, man. I was 210 pounds running the ball, and no one believed I was 13 years old. So I can't. Yeah, my dad's like 6'9". No, he's like 6'8", probably like 275 pounds himself. But I can't do nothing about that. But he was absolutely right about the endurance and not throwing those punches, 100%. So I look forward to using those tips. So I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and like everyone's saying in the comment section, this one ain't going on. This one ain't going to the 4th round anyway. So like we will see. I have a feeling this one's going to end early, one way or the other. 2 big guys going in there with bad intentions, and he seems to have pissed you off. So I'm excited to see this one, December 6th. We will be watching. We won't be there live, but we'll get to the next one. Mike, do you have anything else for Braxton?
Thank you so much for coming on. Like Kyle said, it's the best part about having people on this show. You get to learn about them, and it makes you so much more excited for the fight. Because I'm already excited for fights. You put fights on a TV, I'm going to watch them. It doesn't matter. This is the way I am. It's going to happen. But now that we talk to you and get to learn a little bit more about you, it just gives you that much more to like really get behind people and be excited about them fighting. It's like fantasy football. You know what I mean? We just talked about the Patriots, the Chargers. I used to just watch every Patriots game. And then if another game was on, I'd put it on the TV. But did I really care what would happen? Not too much. But once you start playing fantasy and you got all those guys that you didn't pay attention to, now you're really paying attention to them and you're learning their story and watching all their games and shit. Gives you something to root for. So thank you for sharing your story tonight. And everybody that's watching, make sure you tuned in on December 6th, Smith versus Davis, Bkfc 69 in Atlanta, breaking into Georgia, like I said earlier, the very first sanctioned bare knuckle fighting event in Georgia State history. Thank you so much for coming on. And then everybody else who's watching, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks,
Take it easy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
See you, man.
Hey, it's your boy Legend Strode, Andrew Strode. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to all the families around the world and the BKFC community. Thank you for your support and everything. Have a blessed weekend.
Hey, BKFC family. It's Big Ben, the ring guy. I'm here just to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Stay blessed and have a great time with your loved ones.
What's up, guys? King Kai, BKFC Featherweight World Champion. Y'all already know who it is. Happy Thanksgiving. Be thankful, be grateful, and enjoy the beautiful day. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Happy Turkey Day from Slick Rick. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow Mike and Mish.
Happy Thanksgiving from the Shark Attack, coming live at you. BKFC family, enjoy that big bird, 10, 15, 25-pound birds. I want to see them all cooking.
Yes.
I want to see them all cooking. I love all these BKFC fighters.
Yes.
I swear to God, this is the best thing. I love what we do, Mike.
Yes. It's fantastic. All
Hey.
these videos were awesome.
All these, thank you so much to all the fighters and all the BKFC people. It wasn't just fighters. I mean, it was the ring guy, Big Ben, the ring guy in there.
Big Ben, the ring
Cali
guy.
boys. And then we had Caitlin, the ring girl. So there was a little bit of everything in there. I love it. Thank you so much to all of them. And huge shout out to Emma, Daniel, Joe, and Braxton for fantastic conversations tonight on the eve of Thanksgiving. We had a good time tonight, Mike. Those are great guests.
Yes, we did. We did. I can tell your voice, you might not have it anymore when you wake up tomorrow. It could be completely gone because from the beginning of the show till the end of the show, it's gotten more hoarser. It's gotten hoarser.
I can't get it back. I don't know what's going on. Like this cold is 2 weeks going now. Like 2 weeks into this fucking goddamn cold. And I don't know, man. It's like every single night I go to bed and then I freaking wake up in the middle of the night hacking my freaking brains out.
Fucker.
I've been sleeping. So I have not slept in the same bed as my wife since last Monday. Not this past Monday, the Monday before.
No.
And the reason is because every single time I lay down, I cannot breathe and I cannot I can't stop hacking and stuff, dude. It's like the worst. So this cold is just beating my fucking ass every day. I'm still going to work and I'm not getting anybody sick. I don't think. I don't know. If I am, sorry, but I'm still coaching sports. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck. Maybe I'm irresponsible doing this,
No,
but
fuck all that irresponsible bullshit. That's like, you know when that happened? You know when that whole culture happened, right?
COVID.
That's correct. Before COVID, for the entire existence of humans, people
just drove on.
They just fucking did shit. Okay. When
Yeah.
the excuse started rolling around, people started clinging to the excuses, right? I get it. Okay, COVID, we don't know what it is. People don't want to get people sick in the beginning. Got it. Great, whatever. Okay, let's move on, right? Now, okay, everybody magically, nobody fucking barely even gets it anymore, even gets sick when they get it. They're fucking back in a day. They're fine. Anyways, now all of a sudden people are like, oh, I got the flu, can't fucking do anything. Or not even the flu. Fuck the flu, just a regular common cold. And they're like, yeah, they make everybody feel bad about it now. And it's like every single thing makes everybody, it's like an excuse, right? Like the mask wearing thing. Okay, I'm not going to get too crazy with the mask wearing thing, but people now wear a mask as a way to shield themselves from the world. It's like it was for sickness before. Now you just wear it to just not talk or see people.
We got a guy at work, Mike, that wears 2 of them to work every day.
Oh, yeah, that guy. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to say too much about it.
Yeah. You might
it aggravates me. Oh, my God.
He wears 2 every single day.
But I'm going to tell you. You see him and you see what maybe he does or does not do or whatever. And I feel like it just goes hand in hand. It's just, I could just judge a book by the cover. Okay. So what do we got? We got a trivia question here from Rick Caruso. He says,
I don't know the answer
other
to this.
than Mayweather firing a ref mid-fight, name the only other combat sports fight to have a ref changed
mid-fight. I feel like I don't know the answer to this, but I feel like
I know. I in my mind,
didn't a referee
feel
like blow his knee out like mid-fight? Like didn't like a referee like tear his ACL?
It's like Rick, it's Rick Caruso.
Yeah, Rick Caruso. Just give us the answer because I don't know the damn answer to that one. I will tell you this, dude. I do like Thanksgiving, and I do love the holiday season, and I'm excited about the holiday season, and I'm gonna go spend Thanksgiving with my brother and his wife and my sister and her kids tomorrow. My parents are in Florida. Amy's mom's in Florida. We're gonna do breakfast with her dad, but then we're gonna go hang out, and I'm excited about it because I don't get to see my brother or my sister very often. And we're gonna go do Thanksgiving over there tomorrow, and it'll be the first time not doing Thanksgiving with my parents, I think maybe my entire life. So it'll be cool to just hang with my brother and my sister and their families. What are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I am hosting Thanksgiving at my house, and my brother and his family's coming over, and my mom and my aunt. So yeah. Be like 11 people here.
At your house. You're going to your house.
My house. Yeah, that's why I was cooking earlier. I was saying I was cooking because I was getting a bunch of stuff.
You're hosting.
Because I'm hosting. Yep.
There you go. There's the answer, dude. Joe Elmore versus Tom Shoaf. I fucking did know. I did.
His leg. There we go.
It was Bill Clancy, blew his calf. I should have known that. That was somewhere in my brain. Listen, Slick Rick, I would have come up with that if you gave me like 20 minutes to fucking pull it out of the depths of hell.
We just sit here quietly.
No, yeah.
Just think about it.
There's a black hole of fucking information in this head.
And it floats around.
And I pull information out all the time that my wife and my fucking friends always look at me and like, how the fuck did you even know that? And I'll be like, I don't even know how I knew that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just knew it. I picked it up somewhere. And I probably would have come up with that eventually, but good one. Man.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I was going to say, as soon as we end this show, I'm going to clean up the madness that happens down here when I do a show, because this is not normally where I am. I have a table and all sorts of wires everywhere and shit. I will clean this up, and then I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to make my very first homemade pumpkin pie.
No way.
However,
you're gonna do that right now at 11:15.
I am going to do that right now. Because I got to get it done, and I don't feel like, I guess I could do it early in the morning. But anyways,
good luck to
there's
you.
so much stuff to get ready and stuff to do. Got to do it.
Listen, hey.
Your camera's gone out now like 4 times. Do you know that? Can you see that?
My camera has?
Yeah, 4 times. 4
I
or
see.
5 times.
I have seen myself on the screen the entire time.
It
never
flashes
gone off.
black and then goes away. And I'm telling you,
Is it on
I
your
don't know.
end?
I don't know. This is your camera, not my camera. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, but I've been looking at the screen the whole time, and I've never come off the screen.
Yeah. Anybody watching, do you see Kyle's camera turn black for a split second and then come right back on? I'm curious to know because I feel like, yeah, it's really quick. See, they see it too. And my camera just completely just stopped working for whatever reason. I think it's a StreamYard thing. This fucking StreamYard. What are we paying for? Bastards.
Dumb. Hey, all right, let's wrap this fucking show up because I'm tired. I got a shower. I got straight from basketball to here to do this shit. But I will say this, Mike. I am thankful for our missionaries, our Mike and missionaries.
Yes.
The ones that come here and watch our show every week and have been riding with us forever. Thank you guys for rolling with us for 4 fucking years now. Make sure you tune into all the BKFC events that are coming up. If you're going to be in Hollywood, Florida on December 21st, find us, come see us. We'll get a drink or something. We'll have a good time together and have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow with your friends and family. Enjoy yourselves. Don't talk politics. If you're going to drink, don't drink too much to the fact that you're going to get in a fight with a loved one because, booze can make that happen. And just enjoy the day, watch some fucking football, and have a good time.
Yes.
What do you say, Mike?
I say if you're going to drink unresponsibly, I mean, you can drink unresponsibly too, actually.
Yeah,
you can become unresponsive.
Yeah, unresponsive.
Just stay home. Right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna
Be
drink
safe.
like that, you better stay in your damn house, okay?
Yep.
You better be watching bare knuckle in training, or Jake Lindsay's gonna punch you in the face. So
right. Yeah.
That's
Be
it.
happy that you have friends and family around you that want to be around you and just fucking enjoy them and have a great time. Enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, and enjoy the day, and have a great weekend and come back to us next Wednesday. Mike, do you have anything else for these peeps?
Yes. Bring this up at the dinner table. Have them look up Blue Waffle and 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Don't do
You'll
that.
thank me later.
Don't do that. Peace.
Peace.